I'm not leading. You're not leading tonight, Jas, no? I said you were. You're just sitting there. Welcome back to Thursday Mayhem 2.0. This is going to be another 4-hour show of complete and utter crap, as we like to call it. The show where anything goes within reason, and we talk a load of crap, basically. First of all, I'd like to thank our channel sponsor, Glazewise, Windows Doors Conservatory, London, Kent, and Essex area. John is your man, and if you quote West Ham Reunited, you do get a discount. And of course, supporting Iron, supporting food banks, any donation, what you can make at a home game or anything will be greatly appreciated. James, how you doing, mate?
Good, mate. Just getting over last night's wonderful win, I must admit.
Yeah, I'm still on cloud nine, mate, as well. I'm not going to lie. I was flipping. It's like every day you just have something positive thing to talk about. It's great.
I just, for me personally, I don't know whether Jas will agree, but it's just the best you've ever seen us, Jas, ever.
Yeah, I said that yesterday. This is the best time since I've been a fan. Obviously, we've had the odd season here and there and the odd cup run up to quarterfinals, semis, lost in the final, but still the league position was questionable. Here it's been slow progression, isn't it, in the right direction? 2.5 years or something like that. Declan Rice, he's beginning to be, if not already, perhaps matching or coming to match my previous hero, Julian Dix's level, I think. Julian used to dominate the team from the back in every way possible. Rice is doing the same. He's building that kind of cult hero, legend stroke sort of position with West Ham fans. And this is our 4th win in a row, I think, haven't let in a goal. And we're just knocking teams out left, right, and centre. And I think we're about 5th in the league. And everyone's talking about us for a good while now that we don't want to play them. They're very good. Even Tottenham presenters on TalkSport are saying, brilliant, mate. And yeah, it's hit home and it's amazing. And you beat City. I mean, for me, City are probably, they are league champions, aren't they? Best team in the country. Second or third, top 3 best teams in the world. It's amazing. I mean, like you said, we don't have the resources of these big people, big clubs, but the hearts of these players is the biggest I've seen out of any club. And we must be really proud of the squad that we've assembled now. I think, I think it's the envious of a lot of teams. And yeah, really, really proud, mate. Yeah, it is the best time, I think, since I've supported them, for my memory, about 83 time, yeah.
I can't believe, I don't know about you lads, but I said it last night on my channel. I said, I just feel proud of this team. Like, if we go back 2 years ago, we see us get obliterated by Oxford. Then we got beat by Wimbledon in the FA Cup. And the year before that, it was Wigan away when Arthur decided to start spitting, and we end up losing.
I thought that was tequila. Sorry, I thought that was tequila at first. Didn't realise it was
Halloween kit. It's the Halloween third kit. Bacardi Football Club.
Oh, fair enough.
But I just feel proud. I don't know about you lads, but I just feel proud of this team. Like, he's given us a team to be proud of at the minute.
Twitter was going meltdown last night. So many of us were singing, putting things in there. Kept watching the penalty shootout again and watched the reaction, the atmosphere. My son was there. Andy was there. 60,000 sellout in the League Cup, you know. And it goes back to last week, James, telling people, I know how big a club we are, but other people never believed it, laughed it off. And I know, you know, Essex a big county, most of Kent, West Ham. I live in Berkshire. It's a big club, mate. You know, for someone who hasn't won 1980, we sell out Europa games, League Cup games. That's amazing.
Definitely. Steve, how you doing?
How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
Not
good,
too
mate.
bad,
Good.
mate. You look nice.
Steve, James, Steve.
Hello.
Howdy, Steve.
Yeah. What are you drinking, Steve? You drinking?
Yeah, just to introduce Steve, I met
Cup of tea.
a couple of years ago. I met Steve through Tim, who actually started up the American Hammers TV. So Tim was on a trip to the UK, and I invited him down to meet Phil Parks at the West Ham Way event, and Steve came along. That's when I met Steve, and we've been in touch ever since then. And Steve used to do bits and bobs for the channel as well. Got a little bit quiet in lockdown, but we've kept in touch, and he usually says hello as I'm waiting for my fan cam. So I thought I'd get him on, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Like what you said, though, mate. It's like like this West Ham community, like you sort of said, like geographically, we're all over the place. And the thing is, what I didn't realise is how much supported we are in actually Kent as well. Considering there's a few groups which I've seen, and like obviously we mentioned Nick Tucker. Obviously, he lives all the way in Burnley. He's West Ham. Like, do you know what I mean? It is mad where everyone's based, but the things you do for the team you love, eh?
Yeah, well, Andy, that event we went to in the morning, Mark Ward was like, we had four people from Finland, 1 or 2 people from Norway who came in for 10 in the morning. That event started. I don't know if they came the night before. My son went to University of Reading. He said, "Dad, oh my God, there's so many West Ham fans here. You know, it's everywhere, mate. Kent especially, yeah, Kent."
Yeah, no, definitely.
It baffles me. It really does when I speak to the Americans. And
no, we don't want Matt on now. Look, that's taking the piss.
What? Look, the sun's shining or what?
Look at the day. Looks lovely, doesn't it?
It's a little bit cloudy here. Sorry, I can't really.
I can't cloudy. Yeah.
Fuck it. God. No. How you doing, Matt? You right?
Yeah, not bad. Thanks. How you guys enjoying from yesterday's results?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely.
Brilliant, mate. Really good.
No luck. We'll get Liverpool next round.
Probably.
Probably. Like Dom says, it's fixed.
Yeah.
I think they put you know that slight little, I don't know, it's different texture to the ball, I think. Our number's usually 42, is it, if I'm right? Are we 42?
Well, it's only 1 to 8, Jazz. Fucking hell.
Christ. Out the window. I don't know. Oh.
Yeah, no, thingy. Yeah, I really did enjoy the game. It was such a good game. The atmosphere, the place was bouncing last night. I was saying to Jazz off air, I'm starting to lose my voice and feel a bit thingy, but I don't know if I'm getting ill or it's just six days, 3 games in 6 days of shouting and singing. So I think it might be a bit of both, I think.
It's just like with West Ham now, we're playing every week.
I know, mate.
Well, I was telling Andy, I
think
Andy's been to 4 home games in about a fortnight or a week or something crazy.
I'm going Villa on Sunday.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, mate. I tell you what.
Wow.
That's a massive game. Because the other top, everyone around us.
Man, stop saying that. I hate that word. Stop saying that.
I love it, man. You know why I do it? Because I'm in so many chats with so many Arsenal fans, Tottenham fans, Chelsea fans that really just have pissed me off for years, man. Years, saying
Spurs are the worst.
Small East London club. And now it's just turning around and a big fuck you for everyone. So I'm going to repeat massive until they end up, because they're all like, Super League this, Super League that. And I'm like, well, maybe we should have gotten our invite, no?
I'm enjoying the Man United meltdown at the man. I don't know about anyone else. That's quite funny.
I must admit.
I want Ollie to stay, though. I want Ollie to stay.
James, they were singing it. Ollie's at the wheel, weren't they? Liverpool fans. Ollie's at the wheel.
They were singing it last night. They were singing it last night as well. And they were chanting Donny van der Beek as well. Proper piss takers.
Actually, I don't know, Andy, you could ask me something. I think perhaps I'm wrong, but coming up to January, you're going to have people like Dali Ali, Van den Beek, Barclay.
Ali as well.
Dali Ali, 1 or 2 others probably wanting to go away, and Lingard. Yeah.
Need a striker though, Jazz. And a left back as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I still think the gang striker's going to sign.
Okay.
The only problem with that.
That 12-foot tall bloke.
6'7", isn't he, Steve?
Yeah.
The thing is, next week.
I'm hoping for a Brentford meltdown, and so we can get Tony after they get relegated.
He's good, yeah.
Yeah, go on, James. Sorry, mate. You was going to say something.
The thing is, next week is quite a big week, like Matt just said there. If we can beat Villa, go to Genk and win, and then we've got Liverpool. If we come out of that, and then we've got an international break, and that will just come. It just seems like it's coming at the right time. The international break.
We beat Liverpool. I'm going to go bonkers because I've got so many relatives and friends. That is going to be huge for me. That's going to be, and I hate them so much. Yeah,
I don't fear no one in the Premier League at the minute. Though. I don't know why. Just the confidence levels we're just playing so well. Like I just think that
I think you got to play that wing back system against Liverpool, perhaps 3 and the 2 to protect the pace. Yeah. What do you think, Matt?
Oh, go on, Matt.
No, I definitely agree, mate. I mean, that will be a perfect game to bring in Dawson. I have a feeling, a perfect to slot Dawson in alongside Ogbonna and Zuma, a back three, because at the end of the day, Liverpool, one of those teams that are so dangerous. And if you get them on I
thought Cressy would be one of the back three, wouldn't he? I would have thought.
Well, I in that place we play Masuaku. I mean, like I always say, I like what Masuaku offers in that he's one of the few players still around, even in football, that are willing to dribble. Because we've talked about it, we're coaching it out of the game now. Dribbling and attacking and taking on your man out of the game. But I really think, like James was saying, nobody wants to play us. Nobody wants to play against us right now. And I really think that Liverpool won't want to play us, and they're going to be wary. And I think if we can hit him on the counter-attack, and I mean, if Moyes can be as good with the substitutions like he was against Man City, and if he needs to turn it around and make changes, I mean, I think all of us nearly had a heart attack. No, almost a triple sub in 60 minutes.
Brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah. And don't forget right? Liverpool got Atletico Madrid on the Wednesday night.
You're right, mate. Yeah.
They got a bit of beef between them two, haven't they?
And they need to win. And they need to win.
They do.
So
hopefully they do like a Spurs, rest everyone and end up getting thumped by us.
I tell you what, I know I'm a bit sad, but I do follow We Are Tottenham TV. I do when they really mess things up. I love to watch it.
Oh, brilliant!
And Nuno, I think his days are numbered. I think his press conferences are awful. Got no personality. He thought they were better than us, and the press was saying, "Listen, mate, you got to put your hands up. You weren't that good despite the rest." And he was having none of it. And I think it's only a matter of time before he loses a dressing room. Personally, mate.
See, the thing what worries me is PSG getting rid of Poch and Poch going back. That's what's worrying me.
That's what I'm worried about.
If Poch goes back, I will start to fear because Kane may stay.
He might go Man United though. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Man United would. I mean, I think they messed up with the Ronaldo signing. I don't think it was a player that they need. I mean, first game and whatever. I just think that maybe it wasn't the right signing for them, and that makes me happy. Of course, I think it makes.
They reckon Maguire. They reckon Maguire is the issue. They fucking hate him, even as captain. The players don't want him as captain. They don't like him.
Right.
I can't stand him. All I can see is fucking Haley from Coronation Street when I see fucking I'm gonna get the comparison up while we're talking. I'm gonna get the picture up.
How did you even come up?
Because they've done it when he played for Sheffield United. I'm gonna get the picture up. One sec.
Is he Yorkshire? He's acting for like Lancashire, Yorkshire, isn't he? Around
yeah, Yorkshire. It's Sheffield. The thing is with Ollie is that I don't think Man United will get rid of him this year.
I don't think they can. Fair shout.
I don't think they can. Because what it is, Man United are in such an awkward position here because they don't want to sack a legend. Do you know what I mean? They like Jose Mourinho, Van Gaal.
Chelsea don't give a shit, do they?
Chelsea don't.
No.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Sacking Koeman.
That's the difference, though, Jazz, isn't it? Chelsea got rid of Lampard, and they go and get Tuchel, and they win the Champions League. And I just don't think Man United are built like that. I think what they're going to do, they're going to wait and see if he wins something this year.
Well, like he's out. Di Matteo, do you remember that Champions League? He got the sack.
Yeah. Another one.
I think the problem with Man United is Fergie was very clever, and he left a dying team. He didn't have any succession planning. You know what I mean? He took everything out of what he could with the team.
So sorry, Matt. Ready? You ready for this? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Fucking hell!
man. I'm going to look at him in a different light now, mate.
fuck's
Every time I see him. Oh, man.
Maguire is a
He's got a big head.
Oh,
Bloody
boy.
hell.
And to think what they
man.
paid for him.
Leave him alone,
90.
Matt. Leave him alone, Matt. Leave him alone.
It helps us in writer's valuation. Bloody hell, crazy. What a
But I think
nutter.
they made it. I think they made a series of panic buys, overpaying for players. Quick stopgaps, trying to cover. Changes between managers, etc. And it's just rotten. Man United is rotten to the core. It's like Arsenal. I like James says that Arsenal are not going to fire Arteta either, and Arteta should be fired, to be honest, because he's doing no better than any of his predecessor. And it's just one of those situations. But all of these great things make it a wonderful situation for us to take advantage of. And like James says, if we get a left back and a striker and really take advantage of it, definitely top four's on.
That's why I feel that top four is there for the taking.
Yeah.
I believe we're better than Leicester. I think Leicester are too inconsistent. I think Arsenal are up and down. They have one good game, one bad one, and the fans sort of react badly every time they play bad. I think Man United's a tricky one because Man United can go on a run and start winning game after game, and then they can start losing game after game. But I think it's our best opportunity to get in that sort of top 6, top 4 this season. All right, come January, we must, and it is so important, like last year, we must sign a striker and a left back to help Antonio and Cresswell. Because if one of them go down, we have got no cover there whatsoever. None.
Steve, what do you reckon, mate? What's your thoughts on the season so far? Enjoying it?
So far, it's like I find myself just randomly giggling every time I think about it because it is just potty. What's going on?
I've seen you. You've been in good spirits, and like me, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Everybody's coming out the stadium like bouncing, aren't we?
Bouncing. Me and Yaz's boy yesterday, we nearly went over the ratings. We were celebrating so much. doing the fan can, jumping around.
Oh dear.
The place is bouncing, and like you said, like we've always had our away following anyway, and obviously we're still unbeaten away from home in the Premier League, which is mad to think. And I think teams don't know how to play against us when we play away from home. It's like, well, they've got to come at us because their home team want them to, and then when they do, we punish them on the break. So it's 6 and 1, half a dozen the other with them, and I just love the away games. I think we play so much better away from home.
We're unbeaten away, aren't we? Since Newcastle last season,
mate, long time.
Which we shouldn't have lost anyway.
Yeah.
And compared to last year, where we did get caught on the counter, we would sometimes do a counter attack. We wouldn't take advantage of it, and then we'd get hit again. Or how many times over the years have we seen, having a really good position from a corner and losing a goal at the other end? Us from possibly scoring at a corner, they got the other end. But what's resolved that? Zuma. I don't think there's anything. I mean, that it just coming in, he's changed things around, given us confidence. And I mean, I know Jazz, you must have. I was thinking of you yesterday, mate, with Areola's performance. I must have thought Jazz is, because I mean, that just shows what we've got there. And like we've talked about so many times, now's time maybe to start getting him involved so he is motivated to stay. Because at the end of the day, after seeing performances like yesterday, it's the future, because otherwise it's either him or maybe Sam Johnston. But I mean, I think I would rather go for Areola, seeing him from last year at Fulham and seeing what he's been doing this season in the opportunity he's got. I think he fits in nicely. And I think that French connection, like we've talked about before on here, that has brought up Diop, or seems to have brought up the quality in Diop. Hopefully we'll bring out the best of Masuaku, when he's fully fit and match ready. And we'll bring the best out of Areola as well, get them confident, and Ben Rama in as well with the French language, being from Algeria. So, I mean, I think that's a good group, and they all seem to be positive people as well, like there's no real, like, nasty personalities in there. So, I mean, it's a great time. Like I say, great time.
I agree with what you said there about everything that, and I must admit, I don't want to see Sam Johnson here. I think we've already got a top class goalkeeper in Areola.
Definitely,
they have to sign him up. There's no excuses.
I'd
man.
sign him in January. I'd sign him in January,
yeah.
like Ben Rama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Because even if Fab wants a deal, and then this is the reason why Sam Johnson's been touted, because I don't think Ario's going to ring a bell. If Fab wants a deal, Fab can have a deal, but he won't be first choice next season. It's as simple as that.
No.
Like Ariola's a top. He's going to be France's #1, and
Yeah.
I agree. I think you imagine having Ariola, Zuma, and Diop, because I do believe Diop will come of age with Zuma next to him. And I look at that sort of defensive three. That's not bad. They're all big
Real
lads.
solid
They're all
spine.
French speaking, and they're all good. Do you know what I mean? But I just want to say this. I want to give a shout out to Ben Johnson, mate. I really do. I think Ben, 4 games in 10 days, and literally 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 performances, and every one of them near enough. He needs to be signed at this club as soon as possible.
I think another thing with Ariola, when you're number 2, it's very hard to just come in with a new back 4 and just be expected to just warm up and start. Yeah. And those three saves, I remember at least. Wow, that was brilliant, mate. You know, the stone header. There's 1 or 2 others. Gundogan shot. The Ukrainian guy, long range shot from him.
Palmer's shot from close range.
Palmer, yeah.
Zinchenko shot.
Yeah. Did you go yesterday, Steve?
No.
All right.
No, I was working.
Oh.
I was really pissed off when I got home and put it on.
Yeah, no.
Do you go to any away games, Steve, or not?
No, I don't do away games. I only do home games. It's hard enough with my work getting to every home game.
Yeah. No, I'm going Wolves away as well, so I'm flipping getting about a bit. And
bloody hell, Miles, you're going to be knackered, aren't you?
I love it, mate. I love it. It's like following something what you love, and like I said, when you are the away team as well, you have to be heard, and like we are when we go. Like when obviously Everton I didn't go to, but you just heard what the crowd was like. Obviously after speaking to Nicky and all that as well, and they say that's the key, isn't it, with the fans?
I think it's a cliche, but I think really you can see what the fan support that 12th man does in the away games. You know what I mean? I know it's a cliche and they always say it, but you can see for example, Rice's reaction and everyone's reaction, you know, at the end of the games. And like you guys were saying, our form shows, you know, how strong we are away right now. And I think it's just growing and growing and growing. And the positivity around the club, you know, just after so many years of negativity and niggles and just stupid stuff more than anything, you know, distracting from the football. And finally, you know, everything's starting to fall into place.
I think David Moyes is really well respected in the game by fellow managers. We could see that by Pepe's statement. And I noticed when the game started, David made a point of shaking hands with every single member of that team at Man City, not just the manager. He went alongside the whole bench, and I think he's got a good name in the game. You know, people respect him. And like we were saying, I think me and Andy or someone else was talking, he's one of the last... not one of the last old school managers left, isn't he, from that generation, isn't he? The old put the cones out in the morning, full on cones, first one in, last one out.
But was Alex Ferguson right though, Jazz, all them years ago? Because Alex Ferguson said that he will develop a team. Like when he was trying to get into Manchester United, everyone said that he's right. I don't think he had enough time at Manchester United to do what he wanted to do.
I was so envious of that Everton team he had, which we've become now.
Yeah.
I never in my wildest dreams thought we'd ever get him. And not good timing. And you can tell by Rio, some of them were quite sport brats, the dressing room, and didn't want to listen to. All David said was, so Rio's like, he comes in the dressing room and starts telling us how the other team play. We don't fucking want to know about them. And David didn't know. David just like, you got to watch this, you got to watch that. They're just a bunch of idiots. And I think whoever came in after Alex would have had a tough job, I think. Yeah.
You know, I think the difference is Moyes is similar to Ferguson. Why? Because they're managers, they're not coaches. But what they do is bring in good coaches around them. If you look at Sir Alex Ferguson, he always had amazing coaches around him. If you look at these guys like Carlos Queiroz and Rennie Mullerstein, because I'm a qualified coach, and you look at these kind of guys that work with Sir Alex Ferguson, they're always around in the coaching, the FIFA conferences, etc., because they're top quality coaches. The same with Moisey. Moisey is a manager like Ferguson, and he has brought in high quality coaches in Pierce, in Nolan, in all the backroom staff, you know, and that's what he's done. He's built a team around him. And so that's what I think was one of the keys to the success. And I think that's what they didn't give him the chance to do when they gave him the poison chalice at United. But that's fine, you know, because at the end of the day, now we've got him and now he's doing great. And I think that's the problem when Pellegrini came in, apart from his deficiencies.
I think
you've
got to be good fit, Matt. Matt, you got to be good fit, I think, as well. You know, some people. I don't think the Spurs manager Nuno is a bad manager, but he ain't right for Spurs, mate. You know, it's about bad fit. I think, yeah.
I think that.
What do we think of Tottenham?
I watch a lot of the Championship, mate. I've always watched a lot of the Championship, and let me tell you one thing: when they won the Championship and when they came up, it was mainly because of their connections with Jorge Mendes. You know. With the agent that got him in all of those loan players. I think they had about 12 or 13 players bought in by different ways, you know. And realistically, I think he's not a bad manager, but I think it was a big step up to Tottenham. And I think Tottenham is another poison chalice. I mean...
See, some people are not top 4 material. I'm not saying they're bad managers. You've got to be a certain cut, I think. And
definitely.
I still don't think David would be good at Chelsea, good at Liverpool. I'm not sure. I think we're a right fit. We're very similar to Everton, Villa.
But there's no pressure, is there, Jazz? There's no pressure on him with us, boys. As long as we don't get relegated and we play good football. But I don't think anyone cares, would they? You see what I'm saying?
I suppose of those top 4, there's no patience. I'm not saying. Some of our fans, but I think we were a good fit for him. I think,
and he's dealing with top stars as well. Dealing with top stars. Sorry, Steve.
I think the benefits got to go to David Gold. All the rumours I've heard, he's the one. Head of Sullivan said he wanted him in the first place and to keep him. Sullivan didn't listen, and then he again tried to get him back again. So if that's correct, then hats off to Mr. Gold. Yeah.
Mm. That's one
of the things that. Sorry.
No, go on, Steve.
One of the things that Moyes is good at as well is managing the expectations of the fans.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're right.
You're definitely there, Mark. Definitely right there. So, no, I'm just. Luke put it to me and James earlier. He's like, "Do GSB deserve any credit? Like, I want them gone as much as I can." But like what James made the point. Obviously, they got Moyes back. They have brought Newman in. And they have backed him. They're not great, but they're still back. We could easily be Mike Ashley, though, Jazz.
Sullivan and Brady are the 2 who run the club, not Gold. Gold is a sensible one and the real West Ham fan. And he's the one. And he's the one that brought Moyes back. Brady, he ain't done nothing good for the club. And Sullivan, what can he do? He doesn't. The only good thing is we've stopped him from buying players now, thankfully.
Well, did you see the rumours today? About what's the guy from Sparta
Prague? We'll come on to that a bit more. Yeah, we'll come on to that later on, I think. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah.
The thing is, though, with the GSB thing is, I understand that, like, they brought him back, but they have backed him, but they've only backed him minimally, if that makes sense. Like, we haven't got a striker at the club. We've had a striker for a couple of years, and the only striker we did have, we got rid of. And let's put it this way, come January, if we're still lurking around the top 6, top 5, whatever, we're in the Carabao Cup semi-final, we're through in the Europa League, I expect signings through the door in January because we need them. Do you know what I mean? I just don't want us to blag it. Like, that's not me being negative, it's just me being real. Like, I don't want us to blag it because of Antonio. Like, Antonio can't do it. He can't play 38 games in all competitions. He just can't do it. Do you know what I mean?
No.
It's just unfortunate we don't get a lot of money for our players, isn't it? That's just whoever goes for nothing, and we usually pay them off. Don't get much through the door, do we? Coming back in,
not really. No,
never. That's why, to be honest, when it comes to Yarmolenko, we should just let him go on a free and get him off the wage bill. To be honest, because I'm sure he's going to end up in somewhere like Turkey. That's where I can see him. You know,
Andy, what did you make of him? Because you're the only one, I think, out of us at the game. Yarmolenko, what did you think?
He actually played okay again.
Okay,
he wasn't the greatest, but he put a lot of effort in. He missed a good chart. If that goal went in, it would have been the roof would have took off when the ball rebounded out. It was just to be fair. It was a good bad touch, but the defender was also quick to get there. But like what everyone, if they're trying, it's not like he's walking around doing fuck all. He's trying. You
Do you think he's fighting for a contract, Andy? Do you think he's fighting to stay there?
I think he's trying too hard. He's trying too hard.
He ain't gonna get a new contract, mate. You must.
No, I know he's not, but he's trying too hard. Like he reminds me of a
got in a helicopter quick enough, didn't he, to watch the boxing after that? Was it Everton game? I can't remember.
Leeds. It was Leeds.
It was Leeds.
Jazz. He reminds me of Ian Dowie. He puts the effort in, not great. Do you know what? I'm just trying to compare to someone like him.
I mean, technically they're miles apart, but I see your point.
You see what I mean? Like Ian Dowie, Ian Dowie compared to Macca and Tony Cotti is like ridiculous, isn't it? But like what I'm saying is, Ian Dowie, he put himself about a bit. He missed 6, but scored 1. Do you know what I mean? Like he's like sort of Yarmolenko's that sort of player as well.
Yeah, I know what you mean, mate. Steve, what was your best time as a fan? Because I think you're slightly more experienced than me following the club. I mean, is it reminding you of the John Lyall days at the beginning, 80, 81, 79?
Oh,
a little
Christ.
bit, or I
Don't
know
take the piss out of his age, Jazz. Christ.
He's mature wine.
That's horses for courses, isn't it? That was a different time. That was a different era. It was a different club, really, wasn't it? And I think I'm enjoying this now more because I'm older and I can appreciate it better.
Yeah.
Whereas back then I was younger, it was more of a tear up. It was more of a piss take, and you know, a lot of the time, the standing on the terraces before the seats come in made it a completely different game.
Where did you used to watch usually Upton Park? Would you have a favourite part of the ground or
North Bank?
Good.
Is it the best? Is it the best, Steve, that you've seen? Like currently, like squad wise, manager wise, because I'm 34 years old and I've never seen West Ham this good. Do you know what I mean? I've seen us have some.
I understand.
I've seen us have some class players come through our ranks. Cole, Carrick, Defoe, all these sort of players. I've never seen West Ham this good, ever.
I mean, it's certainly getting close to how it was back then because, you know, sort of back in the 80s, Fortress Upton Park, no one liked coming to play there, particularly of a night game under the lights. You know, and the design of that ground, we was right on top of it, and it was very intimidating. So, and the you know, with Johnny Lyall there and some of the players that we had under him, we'd be tearing defences a new one week after week. And I think if we can just get our front four clicking and firing and scoring from open play week after week, I think we'll get very close to being back how it was back then.
Yeah, they've been a bit edgy, haven't they?
Yeah, I certainly think we've got the defence.
Yeah.
The defence is immense.
Yeah,
especially the past week or so. I mean, how we had Zuma and Oggy one game, and then the other two the next game, and they played as well as each other. Yeah, you got one lot keeping Spurs out, one pair keeping Spurs out, and the other pair keeping City out.
Yeah,
we can't really ask for more than that, can we?
No.
I mean,
if we can get them front four firing, or like get someone in maybe in January that can make them fire, who knows? Sky's the limit, isn't it?
But that's what Spurs were saying on their channel. They go. Once we knew they're 1-0 up, they go, we ain't going to get back in it. They ain't going to lose the lead. So it's interesting to hear what they're saying. That's why I watch those channels.
Yeah.
What do you think of us? You know. And once Dawson came on to mop, I knew more or less. Still nervous, but I knew, wow, because someone like that from the bench comes on. Oh, got high regard for people like Dawson and Duke now and people like that. Brilliant. Yeah.
The thing is, though, Jazz, you've got to look at it. We're like the Atletico Madrid. Look at how Simeone. If you look at Simeone, the way he sets up defensively. They've got obviously they've got all black in goal and they've got a good defence. And this is going back 3 years ago with Atletico Madrid. But when you look at what Moyes is doing, he's setting up defensively strong. And if we nick a game 1-0, he don't care. Do you know what I mean? And that's the best way to be.
See, that's the difference. Is like this is probably going to cause some shit. Like I didn't mind Big Sam when he was in charge of us. Like I thought he done what he had to do, and you had people booing. But booing when obviously that incident at Hull.
I was there. The whole game was there.
But like if say for example if we beat Man City 1-0, yeah, we literally have one shot on target the whole game. Yeah, the crowd will be fine with that because it's Man City. Like that's where some of our fans can be a bit bitter. It's like we've done exactly the same thing what Big Sam would do, but because it's not Big Sam, we're not criticising.
Nah,
as well.
football's much better. No, Big Sam.
No.
Big Sam,
I'm not saying the football. I'm not saying the football's that, Jazz. But you're saying we'll take 1-0 every week. Well, we would have took 1-0 every week under Sam.
No, I think what it is with Sam, though, I don't know whether you would agree, but Sam was only there to keep us in the league, not to progress us up.
I think the players that we've got as well, you know, people are just looking at our team now, and like you're saying, with Sam, we had a lot of championship level players forcing it in the Premier League, you know, and right now you just look at that team, and like we've said, we're quite happily to see if Dawson goes off and Diop comes in, or vice versa, or whatever happens, you know. There's a lot of options that we're happy with these days, you know. So I think that's part of the thing as well, that, you know, there were so many years that you just thought to yourself, why the fuck are you buying that guy? You know, he's an average championship player at best, and you're trying to force him in our team. And that's what you expect. What can you expect anything but fight relegation? You know, so I mean, and now look at where we're buying players from. Look at who we're buying. Look at the intent that we've got. You know, look, I was so surprised at the situation of buying Benrahma and sticking that money in January to allow Lingard to come in. You know, those kind of things that, like I say, I'm not in favour of GSB, but little moments, glimpse of hope, you know, that we get from them like that. And like James says, I just hope that they stick the money out in January. And I think if they do get that striker, get that left back, and help us push on, I think it's their real opportunity to turn around what we think of them as fans, you know. Not saying that we're going to start to love them, but at the end of the day, you know, we can say, well, you know what, fair play to them. They're going to let us give it a go and go for that top 4 place that we all so much crave for, you know.
I think going back to Andy's, what I like about Sam was, in all his career, I don't think he ever lost a dressing room. Every player he signed all wanted to die and play for him, which is a big thing. And obviously he got close to getting the England job, and obviously bringing us up first time, with a lot of respect. I think we would have won it all without the playoffs if Reading didn't go on that stupid run, if I remember, Southampton and them too. So Sam was good, And then, every player he got, and we were tough to beat. Look at the height and strength we had in that team. I used to love it. I remember one occasion, you guys know, we were playing Man United. There's a corner. You got Ginge, you got Carroll together. They smashed the crap out their goalie, De Gea. And he started crying to the referee. I thought, this is brilliant, you know.
But it's all like if and but. Like I'm not just saying that, but like we could have, for what we paid for Andy Carroll, we could have got Lukaku for 15 million as well from Chelsea at the time. And it's just like, can you imagine, like, I know Andy Carroll, it was very unfortunate, but it's all like ifs. Can you imagine if we got Lukaku instead of Carroll, what we could have happened as well? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, going back to Ross Barkley and Dele Alli, I don't think they're David Moyes type of players. They don't work hard enough. I mean, Barkley does, but he seems to have lost his spark. I don't know what's up with him. Even the guy at Chelsea who no one took on, you know, he was at Fulham.
Loftus-Cheek.
Even Chelsea fans Fulham fans told me didn't do nothing for us, mate. He wasn't really up for the fight. That's why no one wanted him. Is there any of those top players you think we might look at?
Need a game changer. I think we've got a lot of hard-working players in there. You know, like you say, if we were to bring in a Barkley or someone like that, I think it would just be like another guy similar to Fornals and Bowen. You know, we'd need to bring in someone with Dele Alli type ability to change a game, like we have with Lingard, but with a better work ethic, you know, because that's what we need, that little bit of spark, you know, that little bit of creativity that can just put that ball through, just release someone, you know, and And that's who I really wouldn't like to upset it though. I really wouldn't. I mean,
What did you think? What did you think of that Japanese guy at Genk? A lot of people talking about him. He stood out in that game.
He was useful, wasn't he?
Yeah, he stood out. He stood out, didn't he? It's only one game, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but he looked. Yeah, but I mean, someone proven. I think. I mean, realistically, I think if for me, if we were going to pick up a attacking midfielder that would sit behind the front three, I'd only be really happy with Lingard. Otherwise, I'd rather the money get stuck on stuck on strikers and a left back.
Yeah.
I think that Newman's going to pull a couple of blinders out of the bag, and he'll bring in people that we don't know, and they'll be like Souček and Soufal and the like, and I think that this time next year we'll be saying
we'll be millionaires,
Steve. Blinders. Yeah, this time next year, Rodney.
I'll have an Emperor burger at the ground.
You opened that up, Steve. Sorry, I had to do it.
Yeah, I had to take advantage of it.
I didn't know who he was till I saw his face, everyone. He used to play for Norwich, didn't he? I remember him playing in the Rob Newman at Norwich. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Steve. I thought you meant Steve.
No, Steve played for Leyton Orient. No, Steve was a right back at Leyton Orient in '76. Yeah.
Hey, he's proper aging me here, isn't he?
Sorry, I've got a topic what we can talk about, gents. Actually, because someone's talking about it on Twitter, and it's about the Moose.
Well, what's he done?
No. It's how quiet he's been this season, because he said once the fans come back, we're going to do crap. He's not said anything yet this season, has he?
Fuck, he goes around bum-licking every player. He's my mate.
Yeah, here with my mate.
Chelsea.
Here with my mate.
God, sorry, James, go on.
I've just got to shoot. I'll be back in half hour. If you still
all right, mate, no worries.
All right, mate.
Yeah, we will be. See you later.
Get some rum. I'm running out. Cheers, mate.
No, the Moose. I mean, don't know him. Don't want to criticise him, but he's one of those white guys.
I met him outside the ground when Pellegrini got the sack. I was with Gonzo, and I told Moose he's been sacked, and he didn't believe us. Yeah, whatever. I said, I'm fucking telling you the truth, mate. Then he opened his phone up. Oh yeah, you're right. And then Gonzo said, do you mind having a chat? Waste of space, mate.
He just reminds me of the guys, he's the kind of guys like the Arsenal fan TV guys that enjoy more when the chips are down than when
fake, aren't they?
They enjoy it more when the chips are down to get reactions and stuff like that, and those ridiculous posts about here with my mate and the fucking guys in the corner back all the way here, like Sergio Aguero. Here with my mate Sergio Aguero, happy birthday. The fuck, man. I mean, who cares? You know what I mean? He's not even. He doesn't even have you on Twitter. So Matt, people like that.
Matt, what do you think? Like, I'm one of those. I think Chicharito left a bad taste in the mouth at West Ham. He just didn't mix in with the club or the fans, and took the paycheck and went. I think. What do you think? I don't know. He just wasn't a West Ham type player, mate, was he?
No, I mean. He's a fox in the box, and he's really effective at it, but he doesn't play well up front alone without another man up front, whether it's in any club team or even in the national team. He doesn't, especially as football's evolved towards these, 4-2-3-1s or 4-3-3s, that have been the more fluid modern formations. He doesn't fit in as a lone top man, and he can't play as a wide man. So he's the kind of player that's
Yeah, but more as a personality. He wouldn't talk to no one unless they spoke Spanish. He had his friendly. He wouldn't sign autographs for people waiting at their training ground. He'd just drive past them. Just things like that.
That surprises me, because he comes across on social media, and he's actually a very educated guy. His grandfather and his father both played professional football, so it's not like he doesn't know what it's about. And he's actually a very educated person, speaks English fluently, speaks 3 or 4 languages quite well. Maybe he's just a complete twat. Not a good person to have in the training ground, around the dressing room. Not one of those. No, well, the same happened with Pablo Barrera. I don't know if you remembered him.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of contacts. Well, I had a couple of contacts in the club in that time, and they said You know, that the guy didn't even want to learn English, didn't want to get involved in any way, and just was a complete and utter outcast. So, I mean, it is difficult for Latin American players to adjust to the Premier League. You know, it is very different to Latin American football, much more physical, much more demanding, much less time on the ball. So, I mean, and the Latin American culture is very centered around the family. So there's a lot more chance of these people being homesick and struggling a lot more, you know.
Willian,
so there's so
has he
many
gone
factors.
back now? Willian's gone back, hasn't he? I think.
Yeah, back to Brazil. Yeah. So they really do struggle. Brazil's a little bit different because Brazil is designed to go outside. You know, I mean, 90% of top Brazilian players leave, whereas there's a little bit more retention in, you know, countries like Mexico. But there's a lot of good players around in the Mexican leagues, but they just don't make the jump up, and they end up in Dutch. You'll see a lot of the Mexican national team get stuck in a Dutch team, you know, or maybe a Portuguese team, because it's their kind of level. You know,
I love Jimenez, isn't it? At Wolves, I love him.
Oh, we should have picked it. We should have picked him up, mate. I mean, when we were looking at him, I was telling people pick him up, but the problem at that time is his goals to game ratio was really poor. And so that's probably what they didn't want to pick him up. I think it was like 1 in 10 in the Portuguese.
Sullivan looked at him at Benfica on loan and never went ahead with it.
Yeah, but he's you know what? He would be perfect for Moyes because he's that
works,
kind of.
Doesn't he? Yeah.
Oh, he's got a brilliant attitude, mate. Absolutely brilliant. And you know, when you see those kind of injuries happen, you don't wish them on anyone. But when you see him on a guy like that is, you know, a hard-working, decent, you know, old school player. You know, it just makes you think to yourself, you know, poor kid or guy. You know.
Interesting. Steve, any? What should we talk about?
What should we talk about, Steve?
Food.
What should we talk about? Has it got to be football related?
No,
anything.
Holidays, food, cars, anything, mate.
What's your favourite holiday you've been on?
The Butlins.
Favourite holiday I've been on? Bloody hell.
The Butlins.
Butlin Regis.
Probably Canary Islands.
Yeah, really? Yeah. Where about you go?
Yeah. We went to Lanzarote one year and then Tenerife the other year, or the other way around. I can't remember.
I've been to Tenerife. I saw the Tenerife Hammers, Steve. They're huge, a nice little bar out there. One of the lads. Yeah, I met him.
Yeah, we went and watched the game with them.
Yeah, we watched the game as well.
Good boys. Good boys.
There, when you go to the West Ham Sports
I was
Club,
actually supposed to be in San Diego right now.
I remember. Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Really?
The wife's over there now. She's been there for 6 weeks.
My wife's uncle lives there in Chula Vista, which is, you know, just around the corner. So I was actually going to be going over there at Christmas before the pandemic, but at the last minute, my wife lost her visa to cross, and so we had to cancel everything. So that was a bit of a gutted thing. But it's a lovely place.
Yeah. Mate, the hoops that she had to jump through to be able to get into the country during the pandemic.
Yeah, no,
it was absolute, and only she could go. I couldn't go, so you know she's over there, and I'm sitting here on my own.
That's all right. We'll keep you company, Steve.
Yeah. Well, work's doing that for me.
Yeah. What, you working every day, are you, at the minute?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Steve, that guy who's with you. How you related? Are you just friends or?
What? The football?
Yeah. There's always that chap. I've got his name again. Said hello so many times.
Yeah, he's my bodyguard.
We're going to get him on the channel. You think he'll come on the channel? I think he will.
Yeah. He'll come on the channel. No, he's a good boy. We just met because we moved
name?
to the thing.
He tells me that every game on that bloody thing. Yeah. You know. Yeah.
Well, it's because
you're like
I'm always out of it after every
Just
game.
call him Dave. Just call him Dave, Joe. Why'd you call me Dave?
What was the name again? I've forgotten already. What was it?
Yeah, no, we just met when we went into the London Stadium.
No,
we just so happened to have our seats next to each other.
He's got his name already.
He's a fucking arse, isn't he?
What was the
Jazz,
name?
get out. Fred. George.
There we go.
Harry.
There we go, Steve.
Yeah.
No, we get him on. So he sits next to you, does he? Or roughly in the same area? Or?
Well, we used to sit next to each other, but then I
You had a row.
ticket.
You had a row.
I had to change my ticket, and I got like 5 rows in front now. But it's all good. It's all good. We still got, because he only lives down the road, so we travel up, take it in turns to drive to the station each week.
Oh, you drive
nice.
down, do you?
No, only at the local station. Then we come over on the DLR.
I'll tell you what, Steve, every evening game and not being able to get home, mate. The train's not gone home. I had to catch a cab. My son walked in 2-3 in the morning last night. It's dreadful, mate.
What happened?
We live out west, those after about 11 o'clock, 11:20, there's no trains going back, mate, for various reasons, and we have to catch. I caught a £117 black cab after Ghent game, mate.
Fucking hell.
Only because I wanted an extra pint in the pub outside of Waterloo. I'm having a good time in there.
Most expensive pint in your life.
I've done worse than that. But all the drivers are West Ham fans. He came to my West Ham bar. We were having a laugh when we got here. But he had a good job anyway.
You should get a night bus.
Oh no!
I'll lose my bearings at that time.
Falling asleep on enough of those and ended up in the arse end of nowhere. You know, you end up.
Those are good days. I don't know how safe these things are these days. I'll be out of touch with what's going on in London at the moment. But
I've woken up. I woke up enough times on the underground with phone taken out of the pocket, head up, and oh shit, where am I? Once I even nearly got locked away in where they store the tubes, because I guess I was in the last carriage and nobody had realised, and all of a sudden, oh fuck, let me out of here.
Oh my god!
Spend the night in the sidings.
Oh
yeah,
my
almost.
days.
Yeah, I was minutes away from it. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
Matt, that's funny.
Yeah, and it was the worst thing. I'd woken up. I'd probably been sleeping for about an hour, and I was absolutely steaming. So I was just like in between, still pissed and
shitting yourself.
Yeah, God, dude, just one of those terrible feelings. And then I just sat on a park bench and just mulled over what am I doing with my life for about an hour before getting a cab home.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. So you don't realise now how reliable it is to have fucking phone battery now, do you? Like your phone is everything, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I'm getting to the stage now, yeah. I've got this spare phone here, and I'm thinking of just taking it with me to football every time, because if you're fucked, like
carry a data bank with you, small charger.
No, mate, I'm not doing that.
We carry 2 phones.
Well, there's even phone cases now with the charger integrated. I don't know how much battery it can give you, but it's integrated like a small battery pack inside the phone.
I got brick that's huge, but yeah, it's not. Yeah, I don't like carrying too many.
See, now I think they kill the batteries though. Them data charger things, Jazz. What you use, I think that gives it too much power. It's more powerful than a plug.
What I was going to say is, you're right, Andy. What you're saying, because I'm literally trying to use electronic tickets. So, like you said, if the phone something happens to it, I can't get in the fucking ground, can I? Because it's electronic tickets.
Now add on the COVID passports as well.
Oh yeah, the train tickets they all messed up, Andy. I bought electronic rail ticket. None of them were fucking working. Bollocks, they were. Yeah.
Everything's going to QR codes.
My whole life is on my phone.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, if you ever want to, here's a tip. If you ever want to steal my phone, chop my finger off and take that as well, because you'll need it to get in.
Don't give me an idea, Steve.
I still like to print things off as a backup. I like my printer. Print some stuff off still. I like that.
Well, I want to take flights the other day. I went to Cancun, and they wouldn't.
Oh, here we go.
They wouldn't even.
Where was that? Blackpool? Where was that?
yeah.
Blackpool to Southend.
Yeah. Cancun, Merseyside.
Fucking Blackpool, the locals are miserable. Fucking hell, mate. I went there in May, June, froze my bollocks off. It was like 10 degrees. I like fish and chips, though. That made my day. I ate fish and chips 3 times a day.
Did you go up the tower? Did you go up the tower?
No, I ate fish and chips 3 times a day for 2 days. Then I drove around the cricket football ground.
The fish and chips diet.
I love fish and chips diet. Fish and chips on. I don't wait till Friday, mate, for fish and chips. No way.
What, mushy peas as well?
Not that keen on it, to be fair, but if it's there, it's there, isn't it? I mean, not for me. But
what about chips and curry sauce?
I've done it. I've done it, but I can live without it. I've done it.
Proper, that is.
So you don't
things
get that
like
where
this
you
that I
are,
miss.
Matt. You don't get that where you are.
No, but I'll send
No,
you
but-
guys in the group. I have the fuck off barbecue that I am gonna have.
I know,
with
I know.
A couple of mates tonight. Here is just. I live in the north where it's just barbecue. I mean,
Fuck
here
yeah, that size that
every-
meat, Matt. Fuck you would have fed a
every
wedding.
piece
We'll
of-
fed a wedding,
listen,
mate.
every piece of meat that we have here, mate, is Fred Flintstone size. You know what I mean? I call it Flintstone beef because it's like half a dog, half a dinosaur, half a, you know.
Let him
and
move.
I mean,
Steve,
it's
I'm
just-
not. Does Steve? Did Matt tell you he's in Mexico at the moment? You probably know. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
gathered.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably see a little bit there. Nice. It's not
look.
actually. It's not too hot today. It's only 35
Fuck
degrees.
about.
Fucking hell, it's a couple of war.
Yeah, I'll send you some more tonight.
Wowzers.
And it's just. But the thing is, it's so cheap here. You know what I mean? It's just. You know, I mean, it's just. It's just.
Is
the done
it
thing,
true?
You know
Is
what I
it
mean?
true that it's lighter, juicier, easy to eat, and it's just the way it is in South America? Beef is
Yeah.
unbelievable, isn't it? But-
Yeah, and it's
because
full
the
of- and
animals
it's
are
full of-
sweating their bollocks off all day. That's fine.
and it's full of steroids, like with Canelo's excuse, you know, that he got done for clenbuterol, and he's like, oh yeah, it's because I'm eating Mexican beef that's full of steroids.
Oh
No,
Do you know
but-
what? When I was in Cyprus, we went to a local butcher and they had beef there from Africa.
Oh.
And no, proper. It was the absolute bollocks. The two best bits of steak I've ever had in my life.
I've heard the meat. I know people from Kenya, Steve. They said our meat is unbelievable in Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, the meat.
There's loads
is
of Indians
absolutely-
in Kenya from 100 years ago, Matt. They went
Yeah,
there
yeah,
100 years
that's
ago
right,
through,
yeah.
through the British
really?
Empire route. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
No, I mean here the meat is incredible. What you get for the price, I mean, and at the end of the day, I mean the other thing is the preparation. Here they know how to cook it. You know what I mean? It's like in these places as well. They got their style. And the one thing that is incredible, mate, is they make these fires in the hole in the ground, covered beef, and they slow cook it overnight. Like for example, they start drinking at like 7 o'clock at night. Put the beef on in the hole under the ground with their banana leaves, and then by the time the party continues until like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, open it up. It's been cooking 12 hours on a slow fire, and that beef you just pull out and it just falls to pieces. You know what I mean? And that you just shovel a bit of that, take a couple of aspirin, a Barocca, fall asleep, and wake up without a hangover.
See, that's how meat. All these gas ovens we got at home. That's bullshit.
No.
That fucks the meat. It dries it out. But the spit
Massively.
roast and what you're doing, that meat is you can't beat the taste, isn't it?
Oh, and the preparation they use so simple here. You know, just some thick salt and black pepper, and that's it. You know, don't need to complicate it. And okay, maybe you'll marinate some pieces, but it's just you got to take advantage of that wonderful. When you've got good quality meat, you got to take advantage.
I ate
of
like an
that
hour
flavour.
ago, and I'm hungry again. I know.
But
I haven't
you-
eaten yet. I rushed straight in from work, so I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll send
do you want to
some
go and
pictures
get
tonight.
something? Do you want to go and get something, Steve? We'll still be here.
Yeah, go and get. We're till.
Go and have something to eat. We'll still be here. Go on.
Maybe I might do in a little while.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop off for a few minutes because I got to charge my phone. I got 4% battery. I need to get it.
Yeah,
charged.
go on, mate.
Talking about charging, but yeah, I'm gonna be watching the NFL.
Thanks for
tonight
coming.
Because
Thanks for coming on, Matt.
no, if you're still on, I'll pop on in a little bit. I just need to get my get my battery charged.
What game
How
are you
about
watching, Matt?
Tonight is. I don't want to lie. I don't remember what game it is. It's the Thursday. It's Thursday night, so there's only one game. I think it is.
Yeah.
But,
Let's
so
have a
it's,
look.
I don't remember.
Football.
NFL.
Oh,
I know.
NFL.
I know.
Yeah. I think it's. Is it Eagles?
Let me have a look. I usually
don't
the
remember.
flash score tells me the flash score usually. And you'll know quicker than me.
Come on, you.
Eagles.
American football.
It's a 9. It is here at 9:20. It'll be 1:20 a.m.
I think
UK
it's.
time.
Oh no! I think because if it goes in the first thing, it's Packers. Packers, I think.
Yeah, Packers and the Cardinals.
Yeah, there we go.
Packers, Cardinals.
At 1:20
You know, the Cardinals
tonight.
are amazing. Cardinals are amazing this year. I think they're unbeaten 7-0.
Yeah,
7-0.
Cardinals, Green
Yeah.
Packers. Yeah, 120.
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a big barbecue tonight. So have a couple of beers, relax with a couple of mates. It's something relaxed and enjoy
Look at that,
ourselves.
7-0.
I wanted to ask you
Yeah,
a
no-
really controversial question, Matt, and I think it's really bad of me. And my kids have noticed it. When you watch Mexican food programs, a lot of people are really big in weight, huge.
Oh, massive, man,
So
massive.
what's the reason? Like what is it? What's going on there?
You know, let me give you the reason why. Here, it's massive. I guess it's like a lot of cultures. They use a lot of lard and grease to cook with. And apart from that, I gained a lot of weight, man, because here it's double and triple portions of carbohydrates. Let me give you an example. No, let's say you're gonna have a barbecue, so you get your big portion of meat or whatever. Then you have rice, tortillas, and like refried beans.
Oh yeah.
So you're getting like 3 portions of carbs.
Cream, and
It's
it's
like
sour cream. Whatever,
it's like with Indian food, isn't it? When you get your rice and your naan bread, that if you keep hitting on that double carbs, that can soon start adding the weight on.
Double carbs, lovely.
Double carbs, and so it's great. And then you might have a little bit of something else, you know, whatever. Then you add it on beer. But over here, beer now is all light beer. You know, it's all like Michelob Ultra and.
But two
Bud
things
Light
I've noticed: carbs doesn't affect the Italians or the Chinese. They're always slim. I don't understand it.
Yeah, exactly.
They've got a lot of stairs to climb.
Might be DNA.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But plus here in the north, there's a huge influence of the US. And let me tell you one thing. I mean, I go to Texas regularly. Most of my wife's family live in Texas. The food there that you can buy. I mean, I've never seen unlimited refills on anything and buffets. Like you couldn't even all you can eat buffets. But I mean, out of this world. You know what I mean? I mean, the UK doesn't even get close to Texas. Like they say, everything's bigger in Texas. So especially here on the border, mate, there's a huge influence from the US. And all of that, all you can eat, unlimited this, unlimited that. It's just, and plus, don't forget, the country here is so fucking big, man. Fucking massive. I mean, the state that I live in the north, it's the same size as England.
Yeah,
you know?
England is shown too big on maps, mate. We're nothing.
Yeah.
We're a dot.
So what happens is, mate, is that everybody has to drive. It's very hot as well because here right now it's like 35, but it gets up to like 45 at the middle of the day. It's like 3 o'clock and it's still like 35, 37 degrees. And so is people don't like to drive, or so don't like to walk a lot. They like to drive. They like to, you know, and so all of these little details, like Andy's joking, walking up the stairs, but it's that what they call in sports science, they call it NEAT, which is non-exercise activity, you know? So it's all of that shit like
Scott's joined us.
I do that, but I go to get a beer from the fridge.
Matt, there was a channel that compared McDonald's, KFC portions, what we get here and there, and you're right. The large here was super large.
The large is like a large standard meal is like a bargain bucket for us.
Oh, KFC, they do pieces, 20-piece bucket. Yeah, whoa.
No, and there's one, mate, that if you guys ever come, I mean, there's a place in Texas that's like a McDonald's or Burger King called Whataburger. And it is absolutely insane. They have massive triple meat burgers. And it's true, mate. You know, you absolutely stuff your face with a jumbo soda drink, you know, like a 64-ounce full-fat Coke for like $5, $6, you know? And then you want to go buy a salad and it's going to cost you like $10.99, you know? So, I mean, that's why. You know, it's just a vicious cycle.
I'll read your comments after, but look, I think Scott's right.
Yeah,
I need to move to.
I was going to say, challenge accepted. Let's go to Texas.
West Ham Reunited on tour.
Yeah.
Before his mate's phone died, but no. Question from Simon. He actually said people to put question: barbecue or a curry?
Curry.
Jazz?
Well, look at me. It has to be curry, doesn't it?
Matt, barbecue or a curry?
Oh, to be honest, mate. Oh, what
They're
a
both
wonderful
good
question.
in their own way. They're both good in their own way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could. I mean, before I left the UK, before I left London, I would have said a curry. Because I didn't have the experience of what the potential of a barbecue is.
It's the weather, innit? You're nice weather, barbecue.
Yeah, and once you get into that barbecue world, if you go on Netflix or Amazon Prime or anything, and you can see the amount of barbecue programs that are around now, because once you get into that barbecue world and you see the potential that there is, you know, of how you can cook prepare meats. I mean, it's a rabbit hole that you don't want to get into because you just see so many wonderful ways to do food, you know, and it's just amazing. But I do love a curry, and I do miss it. I do miss a good coconut naan and I don't know, a fowl or something.
No, I
just to
love
slap my
meat.
balls off.
Coconut naan? I've never heard of that. Coconut.
No?
Garlic
keema,
naan, yeah.
keema,
Butter naan, garlic naan.
keema naan. You gotta have meat.
Yeah,
man.
keema naan, the minced
Yeah,
lamb.
keema naan's good.
Yeah, no, the place I used to have like a coconut naan. It was delicious.
Oh, right. Ooh.
Yeah, it had
My
like,
wife was
like,
on about Sri Lankan food the other day. I haven't really had any. I don't know. The dosa's good. They call it dosa, Sri
Right.
Lankan food.
Everyone in the chat, because Scott and Simon Nuttall, they love a curry. So if you're going out for an Indian, what's your starters? What goes with your main? Let us know in the chat. Shall I start?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go on.
I have a chicken tikka starter with about 15 poppadoms and mango chutney and
Yeah. My wife loves
that.
poppadoms.
Yeah, I have that, and my main will be a chicken tikka, either a jalfrezi.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, nah, maybe probably a jalfrezi. I would eat now with mushroom rice, barges, Bombay potatoes.
The whole menu,
anything,
all of it.
anything else that will fit? Anything else what fits on the plate?
Andy, I'm the same as you, mate. I would choose exactly the same, except, you know, one of the things that I've always loved is a chicken tikka biryani when it's really done well.
Matt, I was going to talk to you
really
about biryani. Biryani is a very high-level, specialised dish if done the right way, but it's amazing.
That's
mate.
what I say. Yeah, I mean, I've had some terrible ones, and not that I'm an expert.
That's the one.
My wife does that. You got to cook.
That's
it
the one when you get the
beginning,
vegetable
mix it
curry
together.
with it, isn't it?
No.
What's the one when you get the curry with it, where everything's plain and you get another curry with it? Is that?
I'm not sure.
No, the problem is that there's a lot of non-Indian ones.
I'm not sure.
You know,
All I know is about biryanis. I've had some
lamb or chicken. You get
wonderful.
and the meat is cooked with the rice from the beginning. So
Oh, really?
Juices flow into it, and then you're given a little bit of a white sauce, and then you get the gravy. That's part of the whole process. Put it fried onions on top. But like I said, you go to restaurants. They're not really Indian, mate. Commercial, but my missus makes a really, really good lamb. Yeah, biryani, lovely.
No, like I said, I've had one or two ones that I know the place. I'm not saying that they're that genuine, authentic, but they were.
Have you got an Indian restaurant where you are, Matt?
No, Indian food in this part of Indian food is really only in places like New York and places like that.
Oh,
you know, the rest,
interesting.
Yeah,
interesting.
There's not too much Indian population outside of the major cities when it comes to the US, and there's more, I guess, because there was such influx of Indian people, Pakistani people, Bangladeshi to the UK. Kind of the US kind of got left as a second afterthought, you know.
Because we followed.
Thank you, Simon. Biryani, that's the one. It's when you get when it's like plant and then you get vegetable curry with it. It's like
no, but maybe the Bangladeshis do it like that. I don't know what they eat, but they call it Indian. I keep complaining, didn't I? Steve's gonna see me complaining all the time about Bangladesh.
Right, guys, I better go, guys. I got a lot.
Take care, Matt. See you later.
1%. See if I can get back on, okay? See you later,
Matt.
Right.
Come back,
See you later, Matt.
I want to see you sometime, mate.
Right. So Scott
I'm gonna cop out on that one, I think, because I do like a buffet.
Yeah.
Because then you can you just go along and you just put bits on, and then if there's a bit you think, oh, that was good. What was that? And you go back and you find out what it was, and because you just pile it all on without finding out what it is, and then you just eat it, don't you?
Yeah.
See, I can tell already that's a Bangladeshi place. Khushbu is not really a word we use in India. Onion bhaji is not an Indian. Onion,
ain't it?
No, but pakora is Indian. Bhaji is a Bangladeshi thing, just made with onions. Pakora is much different. It uses potatoes.
Okay, what about that one?
Yeah, all those words are familiar with India. Yeah, Indian.
Yeah, and Simon's right. I do it on mine. And an orange and a Baileys before the bill. They always give me a. They give me they give me a Baileys in my one whenever I go.
Why not? But I usually, Andy, did you go? Sorry, Steve, you'll go. What do you like to do? Starters, Indian.
Before you go, yeah.
I don't go out for Indian meals, to be honest. Like I said, whenever I have gone, I've gone to a buffet.
You need to
The
come
one I
round. I was
do-
telling you, you need to come round, mate.
Yeah, I
Sort
will.
you out.
I will.
Yeah, I need to sort you out.
The one I do like is over in Essex in Benfleet, at the bottom of Bread and Cheese Hill.
Do you know if they're Pakistani, Indian, or Bangladeshi? Do you know? It's probably hard.
I have no idea. I just
Bangladeshi, I
no.
think. The one where I go is Bangladeshi, Jazz, I think.
It's just
Oh,
it's
I ain't
just
gonna
an
eat that, mate.
Indian
I'm harsh.
buffet.
Well, it's dead to me.
I'm really harsh. There's no taste. The thing with the Pakistanis, they put too much oil in for me. It's like a slick oil on most things. I'm like,
Oh, before we get to Simon's comment, I feel like Jazz is turning me off. Glad I didn't say a korma.
no, in India, they don't know what korma is, mate. In Delhi, Delhi. I went to Delhi, Mumbai. Oh my god, for food, chicken.
Anyway, sorry, Jazz. Steve wants to go. Steve needs food.
Yeah,
You can go,
sorry.
Steve. Sorry.
Yeah, all this talk about food, you're doing me in.
No, thanks for coming on, Steve.
No, thank you. I've got to ring the wife as well. She might have even been watching from San Diego. I know she did say she was going to try and tune in.
Oh, she's going to be going, man. Look, he's
nice.
on YouTube. She's on.
So
Well,
yeah,
at least,
yeah,
at least
if
she
you
knows you. At least she knows you're not gone out.
Indeed, indeed. So Kerry, if you are watching, I'll call you in a minute.
Thanks for coming on, Steve.
All right, take care, fellas.
Bye.
Come back if you
Bye.
want, son. The door's
Yeah,
open.
come back. The door's always open. See you later, Steve.
Take care, Steve.
Take
mate.
care, guys.
Take care.
Bye, bye,
Appreciate
bye.
it,
Bye.
mate.
Bye. They're like London buses. Way, Fever's back.
Substitution, isn't it?
Yeah.
We were talking about Indian curries, mate.
Yeah.
James, about what?
James, what do you go for when you go out for an Indian?
Oh, I have a biryani, mate. I'm a
It's
bit
not
of biryani.
Bangladeshi or Pakistan. It's Indian, isn't it? Or,
Yeah.
I'm only winding you up.
Yeah, nice chicken tikka biryani. I think very nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Scott, that is a very good idea. We should all meet up for a curry.
Yeah. I don't think James knew. What we were saying, everyone part of the channel, what we were thinking closer to Christmas, like our kind of Christmas party, meet up in your, because I'm the only one out the stick, so we meet in Essex, and then I might leave it to you boys, or actually, no.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Bangladesh, India.
No. I know the place. It's the Punjab restaurant, Neil Street, Covent Garden. That you boys.
Chad, that's not Essex.
No, but you have to go. That is proper, really close to what we eat at home as Sikhs, Indian. You will love it. Proper authentic, mate. You will love it.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's not too bad, is it, James? Neil Street?
Google it, Andy.
No, Leicester Square, basically. Covent Garden.
Leicester Square's a bitch to get home from.
No, but that it's all done. We're going there.
That old night bus is
the M15. It takes me straight outside my house. To be fair,
does it?
Yeah, M15 from Oxford Circus goes all the way back to Romford.
We can go clubbing back to our clubbing days.
Clubbing, mate. I'm not going clubbing in London.
I'm joking.
Mate, that's dumb for me.
I never used to go
clubbing.
when I was young. I'm only joking. I never used to bloody go anyway. My mates in the club, I was outside with a bottle of scotch, mate. You know me.
Yeah, Lawrence is in the house. Another one across the pond.
Top boy.
Scott used to always have a korma before introducing.
Fever, if you ever want to go out for a nice meal, with that I'll send you the Punjab restaurant. You can't miss it, mate.
I'll tell you what,
we have to book.
Right there, yeah. But no, they only allow you to book 80%. The rest queue up outside. It's that good. It's authentic Indian. What we eat at home, the Sikh Indian.
James is going to get brownie points. Look where he's going.
Proper Sikhs, mate. Proper turban army material, mate. Proper food.
My missus is taking me to London for my birthday in December, so that might have to be visited, Jez.
No, you will, and you will not regret it. You will not. It's the place where I had them. There's a name for it. It's a triple black label shot with Coke. They call it. There's a story about back in the day how they got it. What's the name of it? It's 3 shots of black labeling with Coke, and there's a name they referred to it.
Oh, Mike's not bad. Poppadoms, lamb madras, half of the white veggie biryani, pashali naan, and a few kingfishers. Go on, Mike.
Go on, son.
Mike, the old sly old dog.
Mike's a top man, isn't he? Top greyhound, Mike is.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Simon, you're going to have to come up with a new name for me now. I'm finished my SharePoint project, but I'll still take it. Took me 7.5 months to do that project. I'm on church now, mate. I'm on church. On church / Romford.
I must admit, that Chinese in Hornchurch near, is it Station Road, I think it is. I think that's nice there, that Chinese place.
Anyone order a Chinese? Sorry,
I
go on,
like
Stacey.
Singapore. I like because it's got extra kick to it. Singapore.
But Thai food, Judge, like Thai food.
James, let me tell you a funny story. I used to work in Chiswick, and there's a Singapore place there. So two funny stories. The first funny story, I went to Indian guy. I knew him through someone else. He goes, "I'll work near. Do you want to go lunch together?" I said, "Yeah, let's go." Went there. And he says, "Listen, chef, make it nice and spicy like you do it for me." I don't know what's going on. It was a black bean sauce with rice, just standard dish. Fucking hell, mate. And then he told him, "Can you put extra green chilies in a tub for me for my matey?" Like, he went to his own office. I sat down. I'm 20-30% into it. I got tears coming down my eyes, mate. My manager's like, "Jazz, are you all right?" I said, "David, bloody hell, mate. I do. I mean, I said, Dave, but I'm like, I have to finish it, don't I? But I gave up after about 60%.
Who was it? Who was the people you was with? What work colleagues?
No, he's obviously from Asian Indian family like me. I don't really know him, but I met him once, and then he knew I worked close to him. He said, "Let's go out." But what the story is that whatever he gave me done me in anyway, and I'm used to spice, as you know.
Yeah.
But he had it extra in a tub that he probably was going to do more over it, and I'm like, what? So some people's tolerance is unbelievable. But
was your mouth burning, Jazz?
No, but like my wife says, if you're that crazy, you get ulcers apparently in your stomach. If you're that stupid regularly doing that kind of stuff, I can't take chili sauce anymore. No? I don't know. I don't want to tell the viewers. If I did it, I'd be fucking sitting down for 2-3 days, mate, in the bog, mate. Yeah, it messes me up, mate. I like to, but it doesn't stop me. I still like Nando's. Even Nando's plays up with me sometimes, mate. Go medium only or garlic or something like that. But that's story one. What was the second story I was going to tell you? I remember it in a minute. That was
I can imagine.
That's it. Right. Same place again because I used to love that. They used to do this Malaysian curry, really nice. This Sikh, like a granddad with a big turban, comes in. He starts smashing Mandarin, mate. I've never seen it in my life. Fluent Mandarin, Sikh guy. So all the chefs they go, I thought it's fucking. I've never seen it. Obviously, again, Singapore, hot melt of Chinese, Indian origin people. There's only two. I think you got Tamils, Indians, and China. Those are only the three main people that in Singapore. So he's born and bred in Singapore, but I've never seen a Sikh guy like just busting it out, mate. Like, oh, mate, I was in shock, mate, because he reminded my granddad. My granddad could just about put bloody 6 words of English together. This guy's busting out Mandarin, mate.
Yeah,
crazy. But you got to be there to believe it and laugh a bit. Oh, I was astonished. Like, what the hell?
Simon, I was outside next to the DJ tent where it was like a flipping IB for rave, and then I was sitting at 135 yesterday at the ground. Said he couldn't find me, and I wouldn't reply to fucking SharePoint anyway. Gradually, walking around the ground shouting out SharePoint.
Actually, in your Essex area, do you not have Indian pubs though, like run by Indians? Because in West London, we got loads to do. Like mixed grills is really popular around where I am.
I'll tell you where is nice. You're gonna laugh at this. But the Boleyn pub, it's supposed to be really nice in there for the food.
Oh, interesting.
The Boleyn pub, I think that is owned by Indians.
Yeah, you got to pay 11 quid for a portion of chips.
Hey?
Something like that. Yeah, it's really
mixed grill's usually 15, and it comes with lamb, chicken,
mate,
prawns if you're lucky, bit of fish. But that's really popular out West London because a lot of Asians out West London, Ealing, Acton, Southall.
It's a nice place. It's a nice Indian up in Upminster. I can't remember the name of the place, but really nice. I must admit, everyone raves about that. But
I remember
what's the
that's the
difference then,
last
Jazz?
stop on the district. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, James. Go ahead.
What's the
sorry.
difference between like sort of Bangladeshi, Indian, and say Sri Lankan food? What's the difference between?
So basically, when you look at the India on the map, and I'm known obviously my parents are kind of born there, and I go there now. I wouldn't call it a country; it's a subcontinent. It's huge. India's fucking huge, mate. And before it got partitioned off, India and Pakistan were one country, and used to go all the way to the Afghan border, all the way to Burma, and then back down again and down into what is Tamil Nadu in the south. So Indian food again is different by region. So I'm from the north. So a lot of our food, yeah, it's similar to Pakistani because we're both our kind of district got split in half. So the Muslim Punjabis went that way, the Sikhs, Hindus went back into India. But the language is the same, the food is the same up to a point. But the food you would normally see that's really famous worldwide in Indian is from that region, which is up to Delhi, the capital. So that would be your butter chicken, your lamb seekh kebabs, your biryani, your naans, chapatis, dals, spinach, which is called saag, aloo gobi. That's all Indian. Bangladeshi is nothing to do with India. It's a separate country in the east. But I don't know why why they've got away with it, calling it it's too bland for them. They don't even cook with any of the spices we use. Some of them don't even use green chilies. If I order 3 dishes, they all taste the same.
Yeah.
Fish is very strong. The way obviously by looking at them, they're darker than us, shorter than us, more skinny. I can easily tell who they're from, but that's just my knack. I know. I mean, like I can tell different Japanese, Chinese, Korean. But similarly, Bangladeshi, Sri Lankan, you can. Their food is very weak on the palate in terms of real taste. It's creamy, it's sweet. So that's why people think, oh, it tastes great because it wasn't spicy. But for me, you need something a little bit more authentic. Fish is big. They love fish. Sri Lankan, I'm not really that familiar with it, but Sri Lankan is more coconut is used because it's in the south, more hotter island kind of temperature. Dosa is a Sri Lankan food in the south. But Sri Lanka and Tamil Nadu in India, if you look at a map of India, Sri Lanka is like Isle of Wight, like on the bottom of UK. It's similar. Like it's never been part of India for I don't know why. India's never in history ever invaded another country, never started a war with anyone. I mean, all right, they mess about Pakistan, I know that. I mean, but it just even as a religion, Hindus conversion is not even in our chemistry of makeup as Sikhs or Hindus. We don't go out there and make it our mission to we just chill out. It's a chill out zone. So Sri Lanka is coconuts, it's fish. Pakistani would be similar to what I'm eating, but much more oil in it, and heavy on the meat. They're heavy on the meat, those boys, the Pakistanis.
Yeah.
They do not, even if they do eat dals or vegetables, they stick meat in there as well. So yeah, it's difficult, James. I mean, if I took you once to each plate, then you'll know the difference.
Yeah.
And then, especially if you came around mine and you say, "Fucking hell, Jazz, this is all this different." Then you'll know. But you can't easily tell. For me, if I went into Chinese, Korean, Singapore, it'd be difficult. So, I could guess, yeah.
Let me ask you this, Jazz, right? Where's the worst place you've been? Say you've been on holiday. Where's the worst place you've been for food? Food-wise.
I'm just going to get some Coke because my rum ain't got enough. I'll be back in a minute. Just here, 1 minute.
I'll put it to Andy. Where's the worst place you've been on holiday? Or even in the country where you've gone, fuck me, the food here is awful.
Do you know something? That's never happened.
I've never had it. I've been to Bali. I love the Bali food, local food.
A lot of Hindus in Bali. A lot of Indian influence in Bali.
Yeah, no, Bali was really nice. I had something called beef rangdan. That had some kick to it. That was nice.
Oh, Hindus ain't gonna eat beef though. Yeah.
Well, I think you can get it in the thingy. No, I really enjoyed it. I've not really had experience. I eat anything anyway. I'm not a fussy eater.
I'm like Andy, the main thing
but the thing is though, what I've
Kelly Deals ain't gonna eat Andy. Andy might agree with me. I ain't gonna eat jelly. I'm not gonna try jelly. I've never tried black pudding either. Funny enough,
black pudding's nice.
No, because
Yes, I remember
the
it.
blood. I'll do it at one stage. I think my son done it in Edinburgh. He loved it. Oh, I don't know.
He probably had white pudding though in Edinburgh.
Good point. Good point.
I'm not a fussy. Like when you go abroad, that's what they say. If you go abroad and try and eat English food out there, you're going to get ill. If you stick to the local food, that's what they.
No, I love full English. For me, there's nothing in the world
What?
better.
So you'll go. What? So you'll be like in Bali and you go, yeah, I have a full English, please.
No, but all right, I know what you mean. But you know, like
I don't know.
at least parts of it, like an omelette or an egg. I'm used to. I need something like that. I can't.
Mate, when I used to go to Benidorm, mate.
James, I
full
can't do the
English.
French, German, the continental with the cakes and pastries. I can't do that as a breakfast. I ain't doing that. I
Yeah.
can't do that. None of that. I need something
Simon.
a bit-
That's Simon. Sorry, let me answer this question for Simon. Simon, yeah, I was there till about 7:15, and then I left to go to my seat. So you probably just walked past me, or you was literally next to me, but we never noticed each other yesterday. Quick question for you, James, from Simon.
James, have you seen Kaz seen Only Fools and Horses yet? No, I haven't. As it goes, I've got so
You've
much
never
to
watched
do.
Only Fools and Horses?
No, I watched Only Fools and Horses, the shows, but I've not been to the show. To the show
Oh, the
up London.
musical. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
I don't know whether I could, mate. If I'm honest, I don't want it to
Nah.
ruin. I don't want it to ruin my my experience of that. Do you know what I mean? Because if I go there and I watch something and I go, "Fucking hell, that was a bit shit," then I'll be gutted. Do you know what I mean? But
No, but some of the places on holiday, James, have been the best. Like, you wouldn't think of it. I had the best steak in Washington, and America's known for junk food. I had the best steak. And I
Yeah.
said, "Where's my peppercorn sauce?" He goes, "Sorry, you don't need that." So in America, you have to keep your jacket on in some restaurants, keep your jacket on. And
Why?
he goes, just, I don't know, it's just weird. He goes, "You have to keep it." I took it off. He goes, "No, sir, you have to keep it on while you're eating." And I'm like, yeah,
you come with a big like coat
I
on.
got a
You
meeting with
go,
a bank, and they go, "Yeah."
Ski jacket.
Here's a special salt, sugar, pepper mix. He goes, "Just sprinkle on," and yeah, that steak didn't need anything. It didn't need anything.
American food's
Oh.
mental, isn't it, Jazz?
Best cheeseburger in a room, simple. Get me, and then he gave it with that. What's that mad drink's got more stuff in it than Coke? Mountain Dew, can of Mountain Dew, nice cheeseburger. That was good after I just landed, lifted my spirits. But James, sorry, go ahead. Sorry, Andy, go ahead.
No, Mike's saying Bulgaria. Look at that comment.
Sure.
My driver in Vienna is from Bulgaria. We shared a lot of good stuff together. Made some quick friendship, and Vienna, the beer was lovely out there. Good beer, good cocktails, spring water.
Was it a nice place, Vienna, Jazz?
Oh, lovely, especially if you want to take your partner. Lovely, mate.
Yeah.
I went on my own because I don't know if you've heard I had a fight with her. And I went on my own.
I remember you telling me that night. You told me all
I had
about
an
it,
argument
mate.
and bloody, and the tickets are free because all the air miles that I've collected on my credit card through lockdown, the flights were free from Heathrow. I was being a bit of a stubborn git, and I just walked out the door.
The best bit was I went to Jazz. So, how are you getting on? Yeah, not bad. I'm by myself. I was like, what the fuck? Because he didn't tell me until the next day when he got out there.
I do like my own company, and I think it was just nice since lockdown just to go to fresh Alps. Went to where Sound of Music was shot in Salzburg. Nice tour there. Someone set up from here with a good company. Vienna, walked around there, did another tour.
Was it cheap out there, Jazz?
So as an example, I went to the Rapid Vienna game outside, talking to a lot of people. The ultras a bit miserable with me, as you expect, but I kept them doing their head in anyway. And yeah, so a pint of lager was around €4 at the Vienna ground. They do the bratwurst, isn't it? A hot dog, which is about €4. For me, I'm being so ignorant. For me, Germany, Austria are the same country. For me, same people, same language. But that's me being really silly. I hope I don't offend anyone being ignorant, but similar people. Right. Lovely palaces to see. 6-7 palaces in Vienna. Then in Salzburg, 2.5 hours away by car, you got all the scenery, the mountains, the Alps. Went to outside Red Bull headquarters. I didn't know Red Bull's Austrian. I didn't know. I didn't know Jägermeister's Austrian either. I didn't know that. And they're both mixed together well. Then I heard the story of how he made his millions, Red Bull. He went to Thailand, He landed. He had jet lag. Someone gave him something. It completely changed how tired he was. He goes, "What the fuck was in it? Can you tell me?" And it's on the back of that Red Bull was developed. So it's a copy of something in the Far East, mate.
And what made him name it Red Bull then?
I didn't go. I didn't do the tour of the factory. We just drove past. They said Jas, that's the headquarters, and they go. He does a lot. He's loaded. He does a lot for environment, universities, colleges. He owns Red Bull Salzburg, as you know, and 2-3 other clubs. I think if I'm
Leipzig,
right.
I think, isn't it?
Yeah. So he's known, and he's linked with our club, wasn't he? Not about 5-6 years ago. He's linked with our club as well. Wanted to buy them. Was it Grand Prix? Got a team there, isn't he? Grand Prix.
I think he has, Red Bull, yeah. That's mad, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? He goes to Thailand and someone gives him a drink and wakes him up and he turns it into an energy drink.
But the fact is that when you go to Vienna and you turn the tap in your sink on, that's mineral water, mate, and no one pays for it. It comes from the Alps.
Is that really?
Yeah. It's mineral water grade water coming out your fucking taps, mate.
That's brilliant. And how long did it take you to get to Vienna?
It's a green zone when I went. It took about a couple of hours or 1 hour. But the problem is I forgot to do one of the 4 things. The first thing was show double vaccination proof, which I had. Second thing was that you book what they call a day plus 2 test. So when you land, £60 you buy from UK. When you're back, there's a kit you do. And I still haven't got the result back, so wasted money. Then the other thing is a transfer information form you fill in while you're out there, but no earlier than 2 days when you're coming back. And that day plus 2 test got some reference number on there. You put it. The thing I forgot, about to board the flight, go back to London. He goes, "Where's your COVID proof?" I'm giving the double COVID thing, and he got a bit funny with me saying, "No, you know." The thing was, you're meant to be tested out there as well. I forgot about that, James. You're meant to be tested. So I lost the flight. I couldn't board. I had to book a hotel again, another flight again, run across the airline strip into the center, get tested, 1 hour. And James, luckily I obviously didn't have it. But if I had it, I was stuck for another 8-9 days in that country. So people need to be aware. It's so many risks still, you know. I mean, I know things have been relaxed a lot, but if you catch it out there, you ain't coming back home, mate. And if you imagine 6, 7, 8 days worth of holiday bill, mate, that's fucked.
A lot of dough, isn't it? That's frighteningly a lot of dough, isn't it? Quickly. That
was
cheap
my
holiday
story, mate. That was my story, yeah. And Rapid Vienna's ground is half an hour away from central Vienna, and they're the ultras. Austria Vienna is central. They're normal boys. Yeah, it's a bit like that. Minicab's expensive, fucking 30-40 quid to get to the hotel. Yeah. But very safe. It's a nice city, mate.
Scott's put his new menu out. £14 for an halloumi burger.
Someone is telling me halloumi burgers. I need to try them. There's so many people I know say they love them. I've not had one yet, mate. I've not had one. I don't know what it's all about.
Matt, what are you making?
I'm not making.
Oh, you're not, are ya? I used to work with an Italian. Oh my god, big boy he was. He goes, Jas, I plaster one of these just watching TV with a spoon, mate.
Yeah, it's a 1 kilo.
1 kilo?
That's why they're big, didn't they, Matt? I told you. That's crazy, man.
I'm quite tempted to.
Do you like peanut butter, Matt? You like peanut butter?
Oh yeah. To be honest, mate, there's not really anything like. The only one real thing out of everything I've eaten.
Baked beans, Heinz baked beans.
The only thing that I don't particularly like is rhubarb. That's the only thing in the world, mate. Everything else
I like it in the rhubarb crumble. In the crumble,
in a crumble,
like
yeah.
In
a crumble, but honestly, I'll eat anything, mate. I'll eat brains, eyes.
Oh, fuck that! I ain't eating eyes.
Yeah. What do you miss, Matt? What do you miss? Food-wise,
fish and chips.
Full English, mate. A real full English.
See,
you know, that's
wall sausages, proper bacon.
Here, everything. When it comes to sausages, mate, it's all plastic. Let me give you. I'm embarrassed to. Let me get one out of the fridge. Right?
Hot dog. It'd be like hot dog, mate.
I bet it's them small ones, like the ones that you get.
Hot dog style, innit? Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
You could probably set. If I could probably set these on fire, mate. You know what I mean? They'd probably light on fire. They're so plastic.
Yeah.
Is it pork or beef? What is it?
And it's not. It's just they don't have the culture in Mexico, in the US of sausages meat sausages. You know what I mean? It's just not a cultural thing out here, and so that's what I miss. And plus, bacon is all the stupid
streaky
bacon.
Oh, fucking hate that, mate.
I actually prefer to buy real thin cuts. I go to a butcher and buy real thin cuts of pork back and kind of fob it off of bacon. You know, just lightly fry it on. You know, just to try and fob it off. Because you just can't replicate it, mate. You know, and they just stick. I mean, the hash browns the Americans do well and everything. And
hash browns. McDonald's hash browns are good, to be fair.
Yeah.
What's their sort of traditional food, though, man? What's their sort of like? So like over here, you got fish and chips, full English breakfast. What would be their traditional
burrito? Isn't it burritos and all that? Is it?
Yeah, here in Mexico, mate, is tacos, but real tacos. You know,
Taco Bell.
And here in the north, mate, is like we were talking earlier, barbecue, mate. Barbecue. Every fucking day they can light the grill to put a barbecue. You know, like you saw in my back garden here, I've got that little bar area, you know.
What are they using? Wood or charcoal to burn it? What are they using as burning?
It's charcoal, but they throw in pieces of like scented wood to give the beef a little bit of flavor, like a couple of pieces of wood in there as well, you know. So it'll be a mixture. I mean, occasionally you'll see someone with one of the new modern eggs, you know, or things like that, you know, a couple of the new things. But often here they use, you know, pits in the floor, or they use kind of like coffins that they put the heat on top and they let it come in and it gets cooked slow. But barbecues, fajita is actually, but fajita here doesn't even, fajitas like we know in the UK don't even get to the knee of fajitas.
What tortillas?
Like I said, in the group, I'll send you some pictures tonight.
Tortilla,
ribs, racks of ribs, the size of, you know, I mean, and real beef, you know, that you literally pull the bone and the rib falls off, you know. You can't even you hold it up.
It's Master Chef with Matt.
Yeah, no, imagine this. I'll send you the page of my wife's cousin is a professional chef, barbecue.
Jazz, are we going to Mexico next year? Fuck it, we'll go to Mexico.
Cancun, mate.
Let's go Cancun. I've got a membership in a place.
No, the hotel I work for, they got a hotel there, Wyndham Hotel. They got a luxury hotel.
Go.
I get 40% off, I think.
It's cheap. You know what? Thomas Cook does flights down there, like 500 quid return.
Thomas Cook's still around. Did they got into trouble? I can't remember now, mate. Anyway,
supposedly, I mean, but one thing's the airline, and one thing is the actual company.
TUI, it's TUI, isn't it?
Yeah,
Thompson.
As Thompson, Thompson. Oh. Sorry, yeah, you're right. And the flights are like 500 quid direct, and it's a wonderful place.
What about the sauces? I'm a sauce junkie. I've got like so many sauces. What sauces are like with a barbecue next to the meat?
So Matt, we're going to come out for spring break, yeah?
You'll enjoy that. Let me tell you.
Dom, James Morsey,
Nicky, Ryan,
You better bring over some dark-coloured glasses. Let me tell you that, because the eyes will start moving around.
Can you get fish and chips then, Matt?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, catching it. Yeah, everyone else is having a tequila. No, you got fish and chips, please, mate.
No, you know what? There's actually a Venezuelan guy I know that opened up like a street place. And, he was really excited because it's like this real nice concept of like a real old style place with a little
sausage and batter, mate. Sausage and batter.
Yeah, no, and they've got like a taco place and they've got a Venezuelan food place where they give things like
pies. They don't do pies, do they? Pies, nothing like that.
And the thing is that he has a little fish place, and he's like, Matt, come. You're gonna eat for free. I've got fish and chips on the menu. I was like, blinding. Let me go. It broke my heart, mate. The only thing I'm saying it here in public because I don't like to criticize me. He doesn't speak a word of English. The thing is, it was the worst fucking fish and chips I've ever had. You couldn't even call it fish and chips.
Did he even fuck up the chips?
And he, you know when you're eating it and he's sitting there looking at you like this, like
I can imagine Matt sitting there going, yeah.
Was the chips bad as well? The chips.
I had to go through about 6 beers to get it down me, mate.
He's like, yeah, this fish is nice. 6 beers, please.
And the worst thing is, the guy's been a couple of times to the UK. That's where he got the idea. So, and he loves fish and chips. He's like, yeah, they're just. I think it was in Cardiff.
What's the batter like then, Matt? What do you do with the batter? Totally cock it up, the batter.
He just fucked it up, mate. The batter was just falling off. I don't know what he put. He could have put fucking baking soda in the batter for all I know, mate. It was
no.
absolutely rancid. It was rancid, mate.
What
It
fish? What fish was it? Do you know?
Cod, mate. You know, cod. I mean, yeah, they get good fish here. The fish wasn't the problem, mate. You just completely fucked up that. And I was like, you know what? You could make it a little bit more, you know, remember the consistency, you know, and the chips, mate. You know what? One thing that pisses me off. I mean, I love
Wedges.
food.
I fucking hate wedges. Seriously.
That's it, mate. That's it. You know, why don't you just stick to fucking chips?
Literally, we've talked about food for like an hour. It's fucking hilarious.
I ain't even gone to the desserts. We haven't even gone to the desserts.
But
I know.
Don't fuck up chips.
We're still on
Fuck up
starters.
a fucking potato, deep fry it.
Yeah.
Don't fuck around with wedges or crisp. If you want those, go for those specifically.
Oh, I used to like homemade chips. Lovely.
Is there any British like food cuisine places over there, man?
In the biggest city, in like Mexico City and in Cancun, yeah, there's a couple. But I mean, where I'm literally from my house here, I can spit on the border of the US. Literally, you know, I'm just literally across the border.
What James is saying is there O'Neill's anywhere? O'Neill's pub.
Listen,
Is there Wimpy?
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Gary Lineker's brother hasn't put a place in Cancun. You know how he is when it comes to spring. Yeah. So no, in Texas there's a couple of places. You know, like they tried to put like Irish pubs, you know, and British pubs, and they do a fine job. But the thing is, it's like I said, over here it's all light beer right now, mate. Everything is light beer. You know, it's just this obsession now with calories, 95 calories.
Listen, 0% beer. All the manufacturers are launching it, and people are like going for it. I'm like, whoa!
Oh, it's massive over here, mate.
I don't get it, mate.
What's the fucking point?
Yeah, I drink it. Well, here you can't drink pints, mate, because the problem is the beer would be fucking warm by the time you got to half of it. You know what I mean? It's like in Spain. When you go to Spain, you know, you drink halves or whatever. Or when you go to the continent, when they have the 33 CL bottles, don't they? The 330, the French stubbies, like, you know.
What about that beer Sol? Is that Mexican Sol? Is it?
Sol? Yeah, there's one. Well, Tecate, which you'll see in the box.
And they put lemons in it, do they? And not push it in or whatever?
Well, you know what? Funny enough, not really so much here. It's one of those things that like got exported more. You know, more of the fashion of like the exported drinks. Corona being the biggest beer in the world.
Oh yeah,
Corona is the number one beer in the world.
Corona. I can neck them like fucking juice.
Andy, if you ever come over here, mate, there's what they call coronitas, which in Spanish means little Coronas. They're like this. They're 200 or 200 milliliters, man. They're absolutely fucking tiny. You literally, and here in Mexico, beer is kept not in a fridge ever. It's kept in ice chests. So you get them out, and they still have ice stuck to them.
I like that.
You take the top off. Glug, 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 glug.
Ice cold, yeah?
Warm.
I like it like that.
Jazz, March next year we're going to Mexico.
Yeah.
I had it in Sardinia like that. The guy took out the freezer and it went down like fucking drinking a cup of tea. I was like, where the hell did that go?
Especially because they're little, they're 200 milliliters, you know? So you just...
We're going to have to do it when there's international break, and then so we don't have to, so we can do a show live from Mexico.
Yeah, we'll meet up down there. Let's go for it. And plus, the pound to the Mexican peso, mate, is amazing. I mean, right now it's like 27, 28 pesos Mexican pesos to a pound. Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean,
so how many pesos does a beer cost?
Listen, to buy a 12 pack of beer, you know, like a 12 pack of the normal bottles, like a style of Beck's bottles over there. A 12 pack, which is what they sell it in, probably cost you like less than a $5.
Fucking hell.
You know, so you just buy that and sit on the beach. You know. Yeah.
Does anyone want to see a penalty from last night?
Yeah, go on then.
1, 2, 3.
Dawson.
Big Dawson. Big Craig.
Do you miss the UK, Matt?
Like crazy, mate. Especially, it's like, let me tell you, when it comes to, it's like with everything in life, isn't it? You know, when you break up with a girl and you know you can't have her, you miss her more, don't you?
Yeah.
And right now during the pandemic, the fact that I can't go over there makes me miss it even more. Because normally I come back every year, mate. You know, and but right now I can't get over. You know, not easily. So it makes you miss it more. You know. Have I been to Coco Bongos? Yes, Coco Bongos. Andy, you'd like that. Coco Bongos. That club is wow.
Yeah,
If you
I've heard.
And women there. I mean, some of these spring breakers that come from the US. I mean, God
And
bless.
and I'm not going to lie, Matt. They like a fat Englishman as well, don't they?
You know what, mate? You know what, mate?
I'm not wrong, Matt. Am
The
I?
only thing I'll say, mate, is God bless CrossFit, mate, because I can tell you one thing: CrossFit over here is massive, and it has done nothing but good for women's backsides and curves. Jesus, man. I mean, I've seen, oh, fucking hell. I mean, some of these women that are absolutely, they're in a nightclub in a thong bikini, you know what I mean? And it's just like,
Yeah. See, Simon agrees. A fat Englishman. See, they love it.
So how comes you end up over there, Matt? What was
well,
the
funny
reason?
enough, mate, you wouldn't believe it. I actually work in education. I'm an educator. I'm a doctor in education. Maybe I don't look like it, but I'm maybe somewhat educated, or just pretend. And I work in education. So my wife is Mexican. I met her over here, and I went over first time volunteering to Mexico. That was the first time when I was teaching over in London, and I came over to volunteer and went back, came back, stayed. My wife is Mexican. I've got 2 daughters here, and the longer I've stayed, the harder it's. We were going to come back, but then the thing started of Brexit, and we were going to go to Phoenix, Arizona to live. But then Trump came in at exactly the same time when we just had to go sign our visa papers, and it complicated everything. And but the thing is, my wife's got a real good job, mate. So I mean, it's my job's good as well, very well paid. Can't complain for here. And so it is. When you make, the more routes you make, the more difficult it becomes to make. Come to move. So
and where are you originally from, Matt?
me, I was born in Chelmsford, mate. But
Chelmsford.
I was born in Chelmsford, but lived all over the show. And my family are West Ham through and through. My dad, my uncle Ray still goes all the time, home and away. He's always there, and he's been going 40-something years now. My granddad, my great granddad, they're all Canning Town, Silvertown, and all the family's still there. Oh, of course, like most of the guys now moving out Essex way, of course, because that's how it is, or how it has become now.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, we're all West Ham. That's
Is there any Mexican groups over there, Matt? Like any sort of Mexican Emmas?
Oh, massive amounts, mate. When the Mexicans are real passionate supporters of, and I've got a good. You know what, they like West Ham, mate, because they see that West Ham is one of those clubs that are supported by real fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we've got that
plastic
fame
fans
over here. And people respect us. Whenever I say, well, I've always got West Ham face mask. I'm always, I always show my West Ham support, and everyone that knows me knows that I'm always talking about West Ham, whether people want to hear it or not. But whenever you start talking about West Ham, people listen to you. You know what I mean? Because they know that a West Ham fan is a real fan. They have a lot of respect. Unfortunately, the stupid, what's it called? The Green Street hooligans, or whatever it's called. You would get, you're the hooligan guys. Yeah, that's us. But we play football as well, And they're like, but you're better hooligans than footballers. And we're like, well, yeah.
Another question for you, Matt, from Scott.
What about Daddy? Oh yeah, Daddy-O's. Yeah, there's a few places down there that he's obviously knows his stuff, but definitely worth going to when Cancun opens up properly. Definitely worth a trip. Real nice place. And let me tell you, absolutely wonderful weather, wonderful beaches, and one thing I'll tell you about the hospitality of the Mexicans is absolutely insane.
Really?
They are really genuinely. I've been to places that are so fucking poor, mate. I mean, I've been to places that are so poor that because I work voluntarily to help people as well. I like to do stuff like that. And I've been to places, mate, that they live in a fucking squalor. They live in a wooden shack. And you go in there, mate, and they have literally a 1 kilo bag of beans, like pinto beans, and like a kilo of tortillas. And that's their food for the fucking week for the family. But you get in there, and the first thing they do is light up the stove, and they're preparing you food and giving you like some natural water, with flavoring in, whatever, like herbal flavoring. They're giving you this fucking food that maybe costs like 80 pence for their whole week's budget of food. And they're serving you stuff. You know what I mean? and that's one of these things that the Mexicans have down to a T, mate. So humble, so nice, so kind people, you know, and they fucking hard work. I mean, I know they get the rap of being lazy, sleeping on under cactuses and stuff like that, but fucking hard workers, mate. That's why most of the American companies have factories here, mate, because they take advantage in the same way as in other parts of the world. They take advantage of the cheap labor, no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
I agree, mate.
Right,
What country? Have you been to any other parts of South America or?
You know what? I had a few plans. I was trying to get down to Brazil because they were looking at moving my wife down to Brazil, and I was quite looking forward to that, to Rio de Janeiro. But,
Copacabana Beach. Yeah,
I was fine because I wouldn't work, mate. She would be working, and I would.
I heard it's really dangerous out there. Is that just a media thing?
Massively dangerous, mate. Massively dangerous. A lot of the co-workers that she got sent over there with had issues because the problem in Rio is built into the mountains, and there's a wonderful closed. You have to live in a closed private neighborhood. You know what I mean, with private guards and everything. You know, but the thing is, but you go 2 blocks over, and they will have what are called favelas, like shanty towns.
Yeah. I was about to say that.
So you leave your fucking wonderful house with a swimming pool and whatever, you drive over two streets and you get fucking carjacked, you know, by some idiot, you know. So that's the problem with Rio, and that's why we didn't want to really go over there because we've got 2 young girls, you know what I mean. And I mean, Mexico's got its own issues where we live, but Senor Frogs, very good. Senor Frogs also another place, but yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend a lot of places in South America, especially places like Venezuela, Colombia. There's a lot of beautiful places. I tell you one place that is wonderful to visit.
I want to go to Lima, Peru. That's the only place I want to go to.
No, and I tell you another place, Panama. Panama has gone massively. Panama City is beautiful, mate. You know,
Panama Canal,
my wife's
famous,
from Panama. Yeah, wonderful. I mean, there's some wonderful places around, you know, and the Latin American culture is real nice. Argentina, supposedly, the beef in Argentina.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, I've got some Argentinian friends here, and the way that they prepare beef, I mean, you wouldn't believe. Let me give you an example. Here's the fucking steak, right? They put an inch thick of salt on top of it, the whole fucking piece. They leave it on overnight, and it sucks all the moisture out and all of like the shitty stuff.
It's what they're eating, isn't it, Matt? It's what they're eating, the animal, the difference, isn't it? The grains and the grass.
All of the salt, and then just.
And what is it that? And what is it that they get out of the beef? Then what is it? Is it all the toxins, isn't it?
Toxins and liquid, because you don't want a lot of people say, oh, I like my beef juicy. Yeah, and you want it juicy, but you don't want a lot of water in it because then you risk broiling it, you know, like, because for example, you put it in that's why, you know, if you ever defrost beef, you've got to take off the liquid with a fucking cloth, because you put it in and whenever you see bubbles coming out of a piece of beef in the pan, it's fucked, because there's too much water in it, and the water starts to like broil it inside, you know what I mean? You literally want to cook it on the flames, and that's it, you know.
James, you've been to Gauchos. There's one in Richmond I've been to. It's brilliant, Argentinian steak. There's one in Chiswick, one in
Canary Wharf. I've been to the one in Canary Wharf. I've been to Canary Wharf.
Really good food in there, mate. It's not cheap.
Yeah, I've been to one. No, London Bridge. I've been to.
It goes nice with a Malbec, Argentinian Malbec wine with it. It goes really nicely with it.
Simon's got a question. If Green Street wasn't made, do you think we would have many overseas fans still?
I'll say yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Look at how long West Ham's been around. Green Street's what, 15 years old? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing.
Can I tell you a weird way that in Latin America there's a lot of West Ham fans? Latin America are massive rock and roll fans, massive rock fans. You know, like the Rock in Rio concert is like.
Not like Iron Maiden. You ain't gonna go back to Iron Maiden.
And that's it. Steve Harris, Iron Maiden, and there's a lot of people that I know.
Bloody hell!
Yeah, it's a weird connection. Steve Harris, the bass guitarist, has the West Ham flag and the hammers on his guitar, and there's a lot of people that I know who say, "Oh yeah, West Ham, that's the band of Steve Harris of Iron Maiden." Yeah, oh no, yeah, we started looking out for them because we love Iron Maiden. And it's a really weird way, because I never imagined that fucking rock would be so big, but it's massive in all Latin America.
What's the reason for that then, for rock and roll over there then?
It's because it was banned in a lot of these countries for so many years, mate. They had a lot of like governments that were like false governments, really. You know, they were like.
Scott, come on, innit, Scott? We've got saying so many things. Scott, come on,
Yeah,
mate.
they
if
were
you
like
want.
they were like dictatorships faking themselves as governments. You know what I mean? And they, for example, there was one political party here that was in charge for 70 years in Mexico, and they basically just passed it between mates, the elections. You know, and during that time, they didn't want people to know about the outside world, because you know how it is now with Twitter and all this stuff. Educated population is a dangerous population for any government. You know what I mean? So they tried to control it. So they for the 60s and the 70s, there was a lot of bans on foreign music, foreign concerts and everything. Finally, when it got to one president that decided to open it up, well, it's like the guy that's prohibited to drink beer, isn't it? You're not allowed to drink beer for, I don't know, 8 weeks, 10 weeks because you're sick. What's the first thing when you do get a beer? You get fucking absolutely smashed, don't you? Because you're making up for lost time. And that's what they did here. So you know,
Do you want to go
because
Cuba, Matt? You want to go Cuba?
Huh?
You want to go Cuba?
Oh, I'd love to go to Cuba, mate. But I mean, I've got friends I've got a lot of Cuban friends. There's a lot of Cubans here because they cross the border to the US and they get permission to cross, you know. But the problem with Cuba, man, is the poverty. As long as you don't go outside, because let me tell you one thing. When I was in the UK, you know,
I heard it ain't all that. I'm just such a big rum fan. I want a mojito in. You know, earning Hemingway and people like that.
If you come over here, mate, I've got some Guatemalan rum for you, and that stuff is absolutely wonderful. So
I'm a big mojito fan.
Or next time I come over, mate, I'll put a bottle in. Listen, we'll get together. I'll bring over.
Have you had a good mojito? Good mojito place there. Make good mojitos. The bars there. Have you had a nice mojito there or not? The cocktail mojito.
Oh, well, forget about it, mate. I mean, any kind of cocktails here. You know, Mexico is a country that is a tourist.
Is it big on rum? Mexico is it big on rum?
Massive, more than the center of the
right.
city. Yeah, massive. What they call a Cuba Libre, a free Cuba, which is Coke, a little squeeze of lime, little splash of water, and rum with a lot of fucking ice. You know, just to keep it nice and fresh. Because, mate, that's the funny thing. When I came over here, I was like, "Oh yeah, do you want some ice in your drink?" And I was like, "Yeah, some ice, please." You get the fucking cup like this. The whole thing is full of ice, and you get like 3 swigs worth of fucking drink out of it.
Yeah.
How everything here is refill, mate. Nobody gives a shit.
And I've heard the mint is meant to be really like, it shouldn't come in your mouth like over here. It should be just properly at the bottom and proper shredded, and flavor should come out. It's quite interesting.
And the pina coladas, man, and everything. I mean, when I was in Cancun, you know, you're in the all-inclusives and whatever, you know, and it's... You know, you get treated like royalty, don't you? I mean, you start drinking at about 8 o'clock in the morning, don't you? You have a cheeky Appleton and Coke.
I'll tell you what, pina colada. I think when we moved to the OS, me and my wife never had a honeymoon. We got married when we were 19, 18, 20, like college. Things got rushed through back then. And when we were up to a certain age, I said, yeah, we'll do a honeymoon. We went to Seychelles Islands. When like we were playing Chelsea, when I think
beautiful.
Those I don't know how many pina coladas we had, and all the workers are from India there anyway. It's really
the same
nice
when
place.
I went to the Maldives, mate. I went to the Maldives, and everyone was Indian, mate. Everyone was Indian there, and I just sat down there, and I just gave $1 to this guy. He shuffled up the fucking tree. He's like,
I heard that's what you meant to do, innit? At the beginning, day one.
Coconut, but these green fucking coconuts that are that big. Put it in his hand, span it around, chop the top off, just poured out the rum, couple of ice cubes in it, mixed it around and everything, and gave you this fucking thing. $1 tip, $2 tip. I ended up giving him about $500 during the 10 days that I was there.
Oh shit!
But well worth it. You know what I mean? Real good time.
Yeah.
What do you?
Simon saying, "Oh, we're going to Salt Bay for fucking." I'd rather fucking shit me hands and clap, to be perfectly fucking honest, than go to that restaurant.
So, James, what are you saying, man?
Well, what is it that you do miss though from home, though, Matt? Like,
That
I know
I
you've
do
been
miss?
from Chelmsford. Yeah. What do you miss, like, from
The
England?
race course.
No, you know what I miss? I miss the culture of pubs. You know, just going out for a drink with mates, going to the football, going to you know, just that kind of thing in the UK.
I think the time zone's a cunt, isn't it? Time zone. That's
you know what? I'm used to it now, to be honest. I mean, I've got used to it, to be honest. But I miss everything, mate. I mean, it's one of those things that it's tough because, you know, it's a group of mates. It's you know, like, you know, the football, the banter. You know, I mean, there's a cult. I mean, even though I speak Spanish fluently, you know, I mean, I studied my doctorate in Spanish, my PhD. I studied in Spanish. I studied it in education, but I did it in the Spanish language.
No, it's impressive. Well done. Brilliant.
Oh, thanks, mate. And but they don't have banter like we have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a cultural thing as well, because you know a lot of banter's about culture. You know, little in jokes and stuff like that, like Milesy with the Del Boy thing like that, you know. I mean, there's little things that I don't get here because I didn't grow up, or like jokes that they'll tell jokes, and I'll be sitting there like, the fuck is that funny? You know what I mean? I don't get the fucking. Even though I understand all of the words fucking perfectly, I don't understand the fucking.
You're
concept.
never gonna. Yeah.
And then
you're
you
never
would
gonna-
say something. You would do like an English joke or English sort of sarcasm or banter, and it'd be like,
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
think it's an
the funny
insult.
thing is, that's the funny thing, mate. So it's little things like that, you know, the day-to-day banter at work and stuff like that, you know, that I do have it with some people. And I've managed to, I work in education. I've got half my staff calling me mate by now because I always, you know, they picked it up now. So they're like, you know,
Yeah.
I've got, and, but it's just that day-to-day banter, you know what I mean? And like I said, the food, I do miss a fucking good curry. I do miss a full English breakfast. You know, being hungover as hell and going for a fucking full English breakfast.
Or
and,
doner kebab.
Doner kebab, yeah, man. You know,
I couldn't imagine.
Miss
I
Boss
couldn't.
Man. Miss
I
Boss
couldn't
Man,
imagine
you know?
Christmas Day being in a hot country. I could never do
Yeah.
that. I don't know. I've never done it.
I must
but-
admit, you must have read my mind there, Jazz, because I was thinking the exact same thing.
But
I
there's no
think,
Christmas Day here, mate. There's no Christmas
Yeah.
Day. It's Christmas night. It's Christmas Eve is the meal, you know? Here,
Yeah.
the 25th is, you know? The 25th
Cold,
is the...
miserable. Spurs at home, Boxing Day.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that fixture, mate. All my
Yeah, and
life, I'll wait for it.
shitty TV, you know what I mean? You know, watching...
Fuck you, we got
shitty-
Brighton at we, Milesy. Some shit fixture like that.
Southampton,
Southampton.
Oh,
Southampton.
But the good
fuck's
thing here,
sake.
mate, is that I've got Sky. You know, I've got Sky, so I've got they put every fuck here. The Sky is fucking brilliant, mate. Every fucking channel. Probably about 40% of championship games, the Dutch league, the French league. There's more games than I can even watch.
So
What's the
time
name? What's
scale?
the name of the channel? Is it Sky or Ben Sport? What is it? Is it Sky?
Sky. I've got Sky.
Sky.
Sky Sports.
So what's the time scale, Matt? What would be sort of like your 12:30 kickoff time UK?
I normally the early kickoff is normally at 6:30 in the morning on Saturday. So I'm normally I wake up early anyway. I always wake up every day at 5 o'clock.
We know that.
Yeah. So I'm always awake at 5 o'clock. 4:30 I wake up every day. It's just my I do it, you know, just naturally. So maybe a weekend 5:30. So I mean, I wake up, put my coffee on. I maybe go watch the game outside where you know I watch it inside here. You know, my girls often come down and watch it with me, which is quite nice. You know, they've got their West Ham kits and everything. And
that's mad, isn't it? When you sort of say it like that, I know, like it's weird because you're all the way in Mexico, and I'm literally, me and Andy are sort of 15, 20 minutes away on a train.
Yeah,
I mean, when you say it like that,
I'm
Jazz is
literally
obviously
I'm 2-minute drive away from the training ground.
yeah.
Oh fucking hell, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things, you know. It's one of those things that it was just you're brought up with it, aren't you? Really, I mean, I don't know anything else but following West Ham through thick or thin. Like I said,
When did you go out there?
I was saying to the guys, I work voluntarily. I was volunteering here with poor children, and I met my wife, well, who is now my wife, and I went and I came back and I went and I came back. And my dad worked for Barclays Bank his whole life. He worked.
When did you first go out there?
First time I ever came out here was 2008, working voluntarily. So a long time ago. But how my dad worked for Barclays Bank, and my dad was on the QE2 cruise ship for a lot of years. I work
with banks a lot in my role,
Yeah.
including Barclays at the moment.
Yeah, my dad worked all over the world. So he said, well, go over there. If it goes wrong, just come back. You know what I mean? Simple as that.
Matt, did you go in the QE2?
No, mate, I would have loved to.
Oh, wow.
I would have loved to. My dad loved it. He still says the best thing is his best memory of life.
It's that and the
One-
Oriental Express, isn't it? I think that one, yeah.
He said one year that when he was leaving New York, and he said he was at the back of the boat and there was this fog and you could see the Statue of Liberty, and he said it was
man.
he said it was the best picture in his mind that he's ever had. You know, he still remembers it to this day. He said it was absolutely beautiful, and I think he worked about 7 or 8 years on the QE2.
I work in banking and I've never gone Hong Kong or fucking New York. Can you believe it? Some of the managers have been really nice people, but they've kind of cheekily got there ahead of me and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I went to Washington, but then New York was another But because I'm married, some of my trips are on my own. I mean, you're gonna laugh now. I mean, Austria that's a different story.
No comment. Move on.
Don't
Yeah.
dig my own grave. But when
Yeah.
I'm on business, it's on me or mine. I'm like, I want to see it with her. I've never seen the Taj Mahal. You won't believe it. I've never seen it.
Well,
I had a chance. I went to Delhi, but I said, no, I can't see about her. It's about 2 hours away from Delhi. Agra is the place where Taj Mahal is, and for me, I think it's probably gonna
my uncle was out in
open up my mind. If I see her, I'm probably gonna like, what the hell's going on here, mate? It's gonna be amazing.
My uncle was out in India quite a few times. He used to work for Benetton, and they have quite a few. And he said it was very similar to what I was describing in Brazil. Absolutely massively rich areas.
Mayhem, mate. Mayhem. There's no planning, mate. It's like, I went to Mumbai, so like the Reliance lot and Barney, fucking hell. Some ugly little fucking 80, 90 level, I don't know how many, fifth richest in the world, I think. Him and his brother both used to be in the top 10. Imagine they got that wealth from one dad, both of them, and separate. One of them's gone a little bit lower now. You got Luxury Mittal in Knightsbridge, American Embassy, who's got a small stake in QPR once.
QPR, yeah. He was after us for a while, no? Or
they're too professional and boring and not to delve in football, I think.
What about the Sparta Prague guys? Do you think there's anything in that, or do you think it's?
No, there's definitely something in it. The quick thing let me get my notepad. The quick thing that I did the check on was because literally it only came out today. So this club is obviously not the ones we bought the players from. It's the other one, isn't it? Slavia Prague. So, and there's a lot of rivalry. It's like Tottenham guy buying West Ham, and we've got West Ham players. He's got 49% stake in Le Mans, I think, some French. He's fluent in French. Seen his interview, he smashed the French, mate. I thought I couldn't. Oh, wow. Foot Locker, Macy's, 13% the Royal Mail, 10% Sainsbury's, 3 billion value, which is all right. I think our lot are only 1 point, a little bit lower if you count 2-3 of them together.
Jazz, do you know, mate? I was reading just briefly in the afternoon, and I saw it would. He said it was close to achieving a 27%.
27%. 189 million.
If I remember correctly, isn't it David Gold's got like 51? David Sullivan's got 51. Gold's got 35.
35.1. Yeah.
Tripp's got 10, and I think like there's the other percentages floating around between like
Karen's got. They're giving Karen 1 or 2, the little cow.
Yeah. There's the other like 5%.
Karen, if I see you, hospitality, I love you. I'm joking.
Isn't it like the old Cerns family and Terry Brown have got like a few percent still between?
Oh, they looked after Brown.
The only thing I can't understand with that is the 27%. How would that be sort of split up between all the others? Yeah,
that's it.
I don't understand that. Like, you can't get
20... They're selling their shares, aren't they? They're going to sell. They're going to go down from 51 and 35. They're going to go down.
Oh, yeah. But what about
they give their shares to him for the money.
But you think Smith will... Because, I mean, he's only got 10%.
Trip Smith don't come into it. His share stays.
It surprised me with his golds, you know. It wouldn't surprise me with his golds. I think he wants that gold. I think he's getting on a bit now, isn't he? Let's be honest.
You gotta look good, mate.
He's nearly 90. He's nearly 90. I saw him
82.
82.
Not out. 82, not out.
He looked bad.
David Sullivan's 75.
Gold took a photo with someone at the weekend. No, you know who it was? It was that golfer, wasn't it? The golfer that supports.
A lot of people tell me he looks fucking bad.
And David Gold looked really bad, man. It was not one of those photos that you like to see of people. You know, he looked really, really. Struggling, especially compared to.
I hope he doesn't get any shit. Because actually, he was on Twitter 2 weeks ago, the GSBS, isn't he? Someone tweeted it from his account.
Oh, he has. I love David.
Man, he looks. No disrespect. He looks like someone dressed up for Halloween.
Yeah.
He was ill, the golfer, no? What was the golfer's name? I forgot his name.
Billy
Herschel.
Herschel,
yeah. Yeah, that's the one. He does. He looks old, mate. He looks ill. I think maybe he wants to get out.
So March 2023 is where I think the agreement probably is that you can buy all of it after that because we're going to get taxed 20% on anything above £300 million profit, I think. So March 2023, nothing's going to happen before that date, I think, because they
it's
get
not
done on
worth
it.
it. They'd have to pay
Do you
silly money
think? Do you think that they might keep some shares and make the new owner, obviously the majority shareholder?
Oh, they'll always be there. They're never going to go away. Like,
Yeah.
but in control terms, he'll have the main
Yeah.
control.
Do you know what? I can see Tripp having 10, David Sullivan having 10, and David Gold having 10.
But isn't
And then it
it
goes on to
true
their
that
family.
once? Isn't it true like the situation with Arsenal? Isn't it true with Stan Kroenke? Once you get over a certain percentage of the
51%.
51%, you can make that obligation.
Decision
to
in
the
shareholder
guys to,
meetings, AGMs,
Yeah, you can force them to sell up, because that's what they did with Usmanov, wasn't it, in Arsenal? That Kroenke secured the 51 or whatever percentage.
No, I'm
and then
not
he
sure about forcing anyone. But you certainly in votes, you'll get the main decision.
Basically, you get the main say, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The other thing I wanted to share with everyone was that a lot of talk about increasing the attendance of what's been going on. So I think we got a chance to go up to 62/500. Yeah. And then 67 is the ultimate. Because I think Spurs
where are they going to put the seats in? What part of the stadium?
They're
there
already
are
there.
bits right at the end
top.
and little gaps, here and there.
Oh. Who wants to see another penalty?
Go on then.
Listen, my heart is thinking. Brilliant.
Good old Cresswell.
See, look, the atmosphere was rocking. And I always believed that. I'm not into the ground anymore. I think it's there, it's good. We play half decent football, they try. It's all right, mate. And when you go to, Matt, when you see the ground in Europe, this is nothing in the distance. Fucking Lazio, Milan, fucking got ambulances, fucking car parks.
You need an Uber to get to the fucking pitch.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm happy with it, mate. It's all right, mate.
But at the end of the day, it's what we've got, mate. It's one of those things. People can complain about it, and I understand.
I don't like the walk from the station to the fucking ground.
No,
Do you know what they need? They need the thing like at airport where you just walk along. Yeah. No, what you walk along, that big travelator thing. What
escalator.
The walk. Get some rickshaws in there so you can just sit down. I mean, I've been to the stadium a few times, but luckily I've been with my uncle that's got really good seats on the halfway line. So I mean, I haven't been up to the fucking.
Matt, what passport have you got, Matt?
Me, what passport I use?
Yeah, what have you got? Are you British or
British.
Have you moved over?
Yeah, I got double nationality. I got British and
yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, but I'm British national. You know, I'm British born. My girls both have both nationalities too.
Cool. But they were born in Mexico, you little ones.
Yeah, they were born here. Yeah,
cool.
How hard was it, Matt? How hard was it for you to make that decision to go and leave the UK, all your friends and family?
I didn't really think about it too much, mate. I try not to, because I think the more you think about stuff, the more you put it off. And I thought to myself, I'll try it. If it goes, perfect. If not, I'll just come back. I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm fortunately short of job offers or opportunities. I mean, there's always something you can do. You know what I mean? I'm not saying...
But the problem with UK, Matt, is a fucking housing market. And if you haven't got a house or you sold it and went, then you're fucked. If you've got something on rent, it's still there. Like, I've got something to go back to. I know people in... Don't take the piss out of people. I've got family up north, and I am a bastard the way I think. Someone from Wolves or Birmingham, they sold that place and went to fucking Edmonton, Canada. I think there's no risk. I mean, Canada's going to be better. But London is different ballgame.
80 grand, mate. 90 grand. I mean, I've got friends up north as well. They're like, I just bought my first house. I'm like, fucking hell, that's well done, mate. And I mean, it's not like they've got a smashing job or boat, you know. I'm like, well done, mate. How much? 74 grand. I mean, it's a small fucking place.
I'll tell you, standard house in Dagenham, like middle of terrace, is about 330,000. You've got no chance to buy the house. I mean,
well, that's the advantage. That's one of the reasons that makes it more difficult for me to come over. My house here, you know, with I mean, I've paid it off. I paid it in cash, you know, construction and everything. So I mean, you know, I don't pay a penny. It's not a mansion. It's a good sized house and everything.
Could you
But,
sell it quickly though, if you had to?
You know what? I probably wouldn't, mate. I probably wouldn't sell it.
Yeah. No. If you wanted to, would you sell
No,
it? I mean,
probably. Yeah, maybe.
No. Would there be? Could you sell it? Like, I'll go England, man. Shit, I need to sell and go. So would you?
Yeah,
would you make a profit and then?
Yeah, no. I mean, the house.
Because I used to have a mate in France, and he couldn't fucking sell it. Like, Jazz, what the fuck am I gonna do?
The thing is, the house here is not that. I mean, I've got like the same, like you're talking like James, like 3-bedroom, good size, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. Because they that's one thing about the British, man. Nobody understands. Everyone in the US and every other part of the world. Well,
en suites, mate, en suites and separate
no
bathrooms.
one can understand the fucking Brits. They're like, why the hell do you have like a toilet under the stairs and only one toilet, one bathroom upstairs? They're like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, well, that's just normal. We're used to it. You know what I mean? Like,
all that chili sauce has to get out, son, somewhere.
Here, man.
When you're too pissed at the bottom floor, you've got to struggle to the toilet at the
James, the first ensuite I ever saw was in 1998 in Canada, Toronto. My cousin, I'm like, what the fuck's this? I didn't even know what ensuite was. 97, 98. We first got married and went out there, and I'm like, whoa. So, Matt, I was similar, and I didn't do it, and I think I'm glad. I had a chance to go to Toronto, Canada in 98, 22, 23 I was. And when I went there, it was how cheap it was, English, and then the family, like mom's family, like, yeah. But the problem was that family is it's different to what I am. I'm like, they're pretty backward. They're from India, and they're different mentality, mate. Like,
wasn't going to work out.
Born in the UK, and I'm glad I didn't do it. But I know some people. But Matt,
Canadians are nice, mate. Sorry, mate. Canadians are nice, but they're a little
brilliant.
Weird.
Canada is absolutely brilliant, yeah. But then the flip side, some of my dad's family were like gangsters, young gangsters. The parents didn't know what to do, like West London, like. So for them, the move to Canada, different life, left all their friends behind. They smashed it.
Yeah,
done really well. Stupid little terrace houses in Richmond, Surrey, mate, Vancouver. Fucking that house probably worth $1 million. What they did, like 90, they left London in 90. Their life was doing nothing here. And I had another cousin who's a naughty boy, and mum and dad again go, just fucking go Canada. We've got family there. So for some people who go into the wrong company, they need to go. And I'm upset by that because I've lost a family member because the idiot couldn't educate himself or be normal. But I stayed out of that circle always.
Yeah,
and but all right, you get roped into it, and then it's a spiral. The naughty boys on the phone every day. Like,
easy money, mate. Easy money is dangerous, because at the end of the day, it's a temptation. When you get into easy money, especially at a young age, mate.
See what it is, man. A lot of the Indian Punjabi, they spoil their kids too much. You know, like they used to be saying, Indian kids. The parents don't want them to leave the home, and it used to be opposite, isn't it? People like you, like, no, you gone 16, fuck off. Indians are opposite. Italians like, no, you can't. Where you gonna go? Where you going? So it's completely like mothering their sons, like, no, where you gonna go? Even after marriage, I had the biggest fight with my mum when I left home, and I bought my house on my own merit. Didn't ask her for a penny. And you think it? Someone's saying, what the fuck is she crying about? I moved 2 junctions up the fucking M4. From Heathrow to wherever, what are you fucking on about? And then
but it's family, it's culture.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's cultures, mate, because that's how cultures are. Some cultures are much closer, take things a lot more personal as well. That's the difference as well with me. My wife's an only child, so it's if I take away her.
You're right with her parents. You got a relationship with her mum and dad.
Yeah, we live.
That's cool.
We live basically. Their house is on one side. Our house is on like a street like this. Our house is here. Their house is here, and we share the back area with all the back.
See, the thing is, Matt, we all cherish one thing from our life, don't we? Our grandparents and what memories we have. That is a one thing. Everyone just there's no value on that. Mum and dad can be a pain in the fucking ass, but your grandparents, they spoil you. They fucking do everything for you.
Unconditional love, mate, is the only real unconditional love.
I'm fluent in all the Indian languages because my grandparents, they couldn't read or write in English, but that's one thing I learned. My kids can't speak Indian language. They can understand it. Like when my mum comes around, she starts spurting out Indian lingo, And I'm like, fucking hell, mum, you know what I mean? And they understand it, but they struggle. With me, I'm kind of fluent in all the Indian Pakistani languages. You could put me in a spy any country, Pakistan, they wouldn't even fucking know who I was. It's weird, like. But then I think and I was lazy. Yeah, I tried to learn French at school. So that's why I respect you in Spanish, mate. Brilliant, mate.
Yeah, necessity, really, mate. And my girls are bilingual as well. You know, they're fluent in both. So my wife
brilliant,
as well.
mate.
My wife,
English, you speak English, little ones, yeah?
Yo, yeah.
Of course, what the fuck am I on about? Of course I do.
My wife speaks English perfect. My wife speaks English perfectly, mate.
Brilliant,
mate.
Wonderful.
The language of our house is English, mate. You know, the day-to-day.
Ours is English, but then I get told off by the elders. Why aren't you fucking teaching them our little foundation? I'm like, but then I say, because you do. No. Then I blame like her parents and my. They don't. It's for another channel, but they're never mixed in with the kids. They never helped much. And long story short, they're getting old now, and I'm a bit stubborn saying they weren't there when I needed them. What the. But that's the way I am.
Yeah, listen, but I understand your point. You know, you people.
Listen, Matt, I hear stories of like, oh, my grandparents are paying for the private education of the kids. I go, that's fucking nice. Oh, someone's bought so much of a car. Oh, that's nice. My lot are just good at blabbing, but they never do it. But that's
the thing. When you don't contribute, but you still want to get your opinion in, that's the worst thing. You know what I mean? That's tough. You know.
No, they're old. Oh, can you look after me? I'm like, not really, because you're penny ass to live with, and you never help. Never asked me 20 years. Am I right? Not that I need you anyway. I've got Andy with me. I don't need anyone. I'm just saying.
But old people, the nursing homes, mate, are a fucking.
Listen, they'll take the whole house in 4 years. Or what they charge hourly charge?
Yeah, mate, insane. And here in Mexico, it's the same, mate. The elderly live with the family, you know, or they look after them in you know, in that kind of way. And I said to, you know, well, let's see if we're here by that time. But
the thing is, Matt, I mean, the biggest thing is, listen, it's been great knowing you. You're part of the family now. And if you're ever in the UK, I'll pick you up. You stay with me. I'll show you around, same as Andy. And the biggest thing is, yeah, we can do things. I'll take you Delhi, Mumbai. We'll have such a laugh. But, you know, so
we're coming with Matt. Me and Jazz will sort it out after Christmas. We'll book something even late, and we'll come and see you in March.
Yeah, let's get together in Cancun, mate. Let's get together in Cancun.
Even here, mate, if you want me to post anything to you, you let me know. There's not much of a bother,
I really
mate.
appreciate
you know
it.
what I mean?
I'm really
just ask. I ain't gonna do it anyway. Just ask. Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you send a burrito over?
But double wrap it in cling film twice.
I'll send some beef over, mate.
So the juices don't escape.
Yeah, send us the stuff you put on the barbecue the other day. Just send one of them over.
You might be interested in how they ship over cocaine. They send it over in breast implants. So maybe I can send over some beef in breast implants for you.
She's probably going to die, isn't she? Poor baby.
Yeah, it's true. They said they get young girls, attractive girls.
It used to be cricket bats in the 70s. Cricket bats in India and Pakistanis used to do loads of it.
Yeah, they get you know, like in Venezuela and Colombia, you know, they get all these girls with, you know, tit and arse.
One guy put it in his wife's the French thing, you know, when you got your hair tied up together.
Yeah.
Through there, and she went to jail. I couldn't. What the hell, mate?
Well, here you get girls. You get girls that they put, like, for example, 1 kilo in each tit, and like one.
I watched the airport program, isn't it, Matt? I've seen it, mate.
Well, yeah, 1 or 2 kilos in each ass, so you can probably smuggle across 5 kilos across in a girl.
But Matt, you know, what about my idea to go to Lima, Peru, and do the Zinca
Machu Picchu?
Yeah. That's what
I've not been, mate. I've got friends who've been, and it looks absolutely spectacular.
But I need to do the training, make sure I'm reasonably fit, and do the training. There's a little one they do before they do the big one, isn't it? What I've heard.
Yeah.
There's a little one you need to do.
Yeah, they make sure that you're up for it, mate. Because if not, they're worried that you're going to end up.
What's that cola? Zinca Cola, Astra Cola. There's a cola they drink there. No, Coca-Cola didn't take over.
Yeah,
the name of it.
That's one of the few places in the world that Coca-Cola hasn't been able to conquer.
It's got drugs in it. It helps you climb up the mountains, isn't it?
Yeah. It's one of the few places in the world that it just never took over, did it? And they couldn't get their foothold. Here in Mexico, mate, the average consumption of Coke is insane. I mean, that adds to all the diabetes and all the fucking problems as well. you know, overweight.
Oh, they
and
drink
everything.
full fat out there, do they? Full fat.
Oh,
shit?
massively, mate, massively.
Fucking hell.
Is it a lot sweeter than the UK version as well?
You know what? The Mexican version is even better than the American version because the Mexican version actually
Sugar
uses like
cane.
a real sweet type of sugar cane here. They don't let them use the chemicals that the Americans use.
I
You're not
noticed that,
very
innit, James, when you drink Fanta in different parts of the world, it tastes, India's fucking the sugars through the roof. It's mental. I don't know why. Nuts. Wow.
I must admit, it's that aspartame in it. They put in that crap. You know what I mean? They have that aspartame in it, don't they, in America?
What I'm going to do tomorrow on our WhatsApp group, I'm going to post pictures of the food out in Mumbai and Delhi. You guys are going to go absolutely nuts and fall out your windows.
Well, Jazz, don't do that. I'll be on the train going up to my girlfriend suffering. Be like, do that, Jazz.
Listen, I didn't say I didn't like beans on toast. Good. I haven't had it in a while. It's underrated beans on toast, isn't it? What do you think, Andy?
Wait, here, guys, come. These are my two princesses. Say hello. It's my West Ham family. This is
nice
Andy,
that.
Jazz, and James. This is Sienna. She's 11.
Oh, I'm going to bring Ruby next time. Cat.
And this is Mila. These are my little ones.
Hello.
Oh, lovely.
What's the best football team in the world?
West Ham.
Yeah.
Oh, how's that?
Yes, yes.
Priceless.
Yeah, they're my
Matt,
two princesses.
Matt, do you know what we've got to do? We've got
What's
to get them. We've got to get both of them to do the intro to the channel. Do you know we've got that thingy, like both of them singing, like "Welcome to West Ham Reunited." That'll go down.
No, Matt, send me their sizes, mate. Their shirts are on the way. Send me their sizes.
No,
It'd be a pleasure.
but they're big West Ham fans. I mean, I'll send you guys a couple of photos I've got of them. You know, here's one. There's 2 beats in the house. Okay. Daddy's job of getting some beats. But they wake. You would imagine they wake up in the morning, mate, on Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings, like it's been recently.
What's the age?
So that's going to be Sunday lunchtime for you because it's 4:30 kickoff, isn't it? UK
it's
time.
a weird one. It's a weird one because it's been 8 for me. It's been 8 o'clock recently. You know. So they wake up and they sit down on the sofa.
So Matt's going to be hammered at 12 o'clock.
It's dangerous, mate. It's one of those ones. It's dangerous.
Matt's going to be on the beach.
But it's dangerous, you know. The 8 o'clock or the 6:30 kickoff's real dangerous.
Matt, the thing with me is that when I go India, because I'm not used to it, the heat it gets on my nerves. It's too much. It's humid, mate. The heat in India. Yeah. Oh, it's too much, mate.
Oh, it's. I mean, where I am, it's quite kind of like more desert-like, you know. But
oh
my God, Cancun is nice.
It'd be too much for me.
Yeah, here's not good, but down in the south, like the tourist parts, is like 33, 35.
Oh my God, that's still too much for me.
But it's a lot of breeze. The breeze.
Matt, could you do Cancun? A week's too short, isn't it? 10 days is probably thing. I don't think I could do
down,
2
mate.
weeks.
I've got family and kids.
No, a week is no. Believe me, mate. If you're gonna hit it properly, a week.
Go on, Games, see and Duke, my little boys. I can't leave them on their own.
It's like when we used to go to Magaluf. I used to go to Magaluf. I used to go to Cavos. I used to go to Ibiza. You know.
I'll tell you what. If he goes Cancun, he come back divorced.
I ain't going 10 days. No way.
No, but 10 days.
What, a week, Jazz?
I'll start missing her. No, I can't do that. Too much for me.
No, but
all right, I'm going to meet Matt. Okay.
Well, you know what, Nicky, you know the funny thing? I was going to meet Nicky from West Ham Fan TV. His wedding was in Cancun. He invited me to the wedding. He told me, come down. And I said, yeah, I'll bring down the tequila. I'll bring down some tequila.
No, Ryan was going to go there, wasn't he?
Yeah, but it got postponed and it got postponed again and it got postponed again because he told me.
They're coming next month, November, aren't they? Or they still get married in Cancun?
Yeah, but I need to speak. I've been trying to speak to him because he told me, hey,
Mike's going to take him to the airport.
But it's actually happening now then? No, because the thing is that it was happening and then it got put off and it got put off.
I'm in the car with him. I'm in the car with him on Sunday. I asked him.
Chauffeur Mike, not minicab Mike. Chauffeur Mike.
Yeah. How dare you call him minicab Mike? Mike, love you if you're watching.
Chauffeur Mike.
Yeah.
I will ask him.
Yeah, Matt, you're right. Matt, you're right. Yeah. So I can fly out on
bloody hell, Andy.
The 12th of March, and then come back and I arrive at 10 to 5 in the afternoon, and then my flight coming home is 10 o'clock local time.
Me and James are going
the next week. £500 for a return.
We're going on the Ford plant factory tour that day in Dagenham.
And that's BA. That's BA.
Yeah, it's a lot of charter flights.
You're up for that?
we would take a walk around Ford Works.
Ford, we're up for that. The Ford Works. There you
What
go.
I do want to do, I don't know whether you had to be.
I told you, let's go to Fuller's Brewery, Chisel. I'll take you there, mate, if you want.
It's go round and have a look at the old ground where the old ground used to
Oh,
be.
that's up. That's there.
Yeah.
It's happening next couple of weeks. Yeah, I'll link up with you. Yeah, I'll reach out.
Jazz, when we got our stadium tour, it ain't this Saturday, is it? Or is it the following Saturday?
Yeah, let me check, mate. Don't scare me. Don't scare me.
That'll be nice. You
She
guys
ain't
gonna do
talking. She ain't
do it
fucking
live
talking
whilst
to me
we're
now
there?
anyway today. Hang on.
Yeah, we're going to the current ground. We're doing a stadium tour.
But you're gonna put it live online.
Yeah, we're going to go live. Yeah,
Oh, that's
we're
nice.
going to walk around.
I'll make sure you share that with me so I can get in.
If we get phone signal, we'll do it live.
Yeah,
but
that'll
Joe,
be nice.
Joe, what you want to do though, and if you can't get phone signal, is take a video recording of it and then edit it all together.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be nice to see.
No, I don't think it's yet, mate.
Yeah, no, me and Jazz will just get pissed before we go in there.
Make sure one of them's hold the
Yeah.
camera straight. You'll be like that.
Don't tell. Yeah, Gonzo will probably do the tour tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
And Jazz, do you drink rum when you're at the stadium, or do you?
He drinks fucking anything.
Rum at the stadium, yeah. I don't like beer too much. Yeah, rum.
And how much
As
is it expensive, the rum there? Is it expensive in the stadium?
$5 for double because I'm part of the supporters bar. $5 for
Oh,
double.
Ain't
And
bad.
you're gonna laugh. I'm not showing off. When I go there, the women like Jazz. Couple of. I don't even have to say anything. Double
Oh, nice.
Bacardi, coat, job
And
done.
what's it like in that supporters bar?
Oh, it's really nice.
Lovely.
mate. Really nice. Really.
And they show the games in there as well.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
controlled
Where-
crowd. Too busy. Will not let you in. Never been more than one. Oh, Ross.
Rusty B.
Russ.
Does Rusty B wanna come on?
Yay!
Rusty B. Let's see if Rusty wants to come on.
Give me 1 sec, guys. I just got to move my car in the garage so my wife can get in with the truck. Otherwise,
No
Mexican
problem,
wives
mate.
and angry. Don't go.
I know. Don't mess with the
No.
Latinas.
It's not a competition. It's not a good.
Bloody hell,
That's part
I've
of the
been
reason why
told
I
off
married
already,
her, 'cause
mate.
she
Oh
keeps
my
me
god, I'm
lying.
in the bad
She keeps
books
me lying
already.
5 minutes.
It's all right, Jazz. You can come Cancun now if you're in the bad books.
I do what I want, innit? West Ham.
Andy's
you
like,
do-
Andy's
we
like,
do
you're in the
what
bad
we
books
want.
this
What's
week.
that song? We
Come
do
on,
what
let's go.
we he does what I do what I want, mate. I do what I want.
Jazz, every time you're in the bad books, just don't tell Andy you're booking holiday.
You know what I mean, mate? No, that tour, what happened was, James, if you're a season ticket holder, I got this email saying 50% off. Then I'm like, what the fuck's this about? So then I
Yeah.
wanted to do it with Martin Allen, the legend. But then that discount, I mean, listen, discount.
When is it? Next Saturday?
I'll confirm tomorrow. Hang on, let me check. Hang on a minute.
Who we got
Let me
next
search. Let me call it tour. Yeah, give me.
Yeah,
give
it
me-
is. It is the Saturday because it's the day after. It's the day before Liverpool.
Oh, I got the ticket young and open it up now. So it is 12 o'clock, November the 13th.
Yeah,
13th.
next
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah. 2
No,
hours.
it ain't. It's two weeks time.
Yeah, yeah.
That's international break then.
Yeah.
Oh, I
International
fucking
break.
hate that word. I fucking hate international. I hate Southgate. I fucking hate it. We got the best team in the fucking world and the shittest manager. James, we should have won that fucking Euros and he played 7 defenders.
Should have took Noble
Frank
for
Dawson.
penalties.
What do you think, James? What do you think of South? Oh, no way. It's not worthy of being the manager. No way.
Who'd you replace him with?
Big Sam. he's been cleared now, hasn't he?
Like, if
Mourinho,
Gerrard
probably.
or,
Mourinho, maybe.
or
Mourinho, someone like Mourinho do
if
it.
Gerrard or Lampard said that they was going to do that job, would you accept that?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, one's a good motivator, one plays good football. Southgate, no chance.
I can't
Lower
stand
championship
international break.
table, lowest championship manager at best, mate.
Do you know he's the third richest manager in England?
Southgate?
Yeah.
Is he?
Why doesn't he sort his teeth out then? He'll fucking
12 million a year he's on.
Fucking
Who's the other
Any-
two?
I tell you what, when we sold Rio
Guardiola and
Ferdinand,
Pep
that's
and
the
Klopp.
one I wanted, isn't it, James? That was the man I
12
wanted from Villa
million a year.
captain.
That can't be right.
Yeah,
It's insane money.
it's paid to
The amount of
Switzerland.
money we gave Ericsson and Capella, you don't want to know, mate.
Sven. Oh,
You
and
don't want to know how
Eriksen.
much money they pulled, mate.
It's true. It's true.
Another penalty.
was that one? Was that
Bowens.
Bowen? Yeah, I thought it was Bowens. Yeah.
James, if I get a ticket for an away game, you up for it? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go to Arsenal on the 15th of December. It's my date, my birthday.
You're particular, aren't you?
Oh, let's go to Arsenal.
Wow, what dog's that, Matt?
Oh,
My daughter just got given she just adopted a dog from the street.
if I show you my Ruby, my little Princess Ruby, the daughters will love a Ruby.
She's that dog's just been picked up from the street.
Yeah, well, we like to look. We like to pick up adopted. We've got 4 dogs. My wife loves
4.
My
It's like Animal Hospital.
Wow.
Listen, mate, I've got to accept.
No, but the country's open. The countryside, and it's open. Yeah, do whatever they
I've got to
want. It's
accept
not a
the dogs,
fucking
mate,
road
because
getting knocked
if
over.
I reject it, she's probably going to ship me out. My wife's going to ship me out to make.
She got a soft heart. Soft
So I've got
heart.
to say yes.
What dogs you got then?
I've got a Labrador, a sausage dog, a Chihuahua, and this one is like a. I don't know what it is. To
Matt's
be honest.
house is full of love and.
But no, you got. I mean,
lovely.
Dr. Doolittle. Dr. Matt Randall.
Matt, I was never like that. But when I got my little Ruby, I got so soft. Oh, I got so time for animals. I love Ruby.
Yeah.
Put a little blanket over her. You all right, Ruby? Feed her, and she fucking goes, eek, little scratch me.
Oh, that's nice. She just adopted it, so she's really proud of it at the moment, you know. So she.
Listen, it's a great thing, mate.
She named it.
Oh, wonderful.
Panther, so.
Oh my God, so lovely.
Wow.
Yeah, they're really, you know, we try to, like I always say.
Make sure you get the injections done and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, we actually did it. We did it on Saturday, mate. Yeah, got everything done. You know, so no, like I always say, you got to teach your kids to be good people at the end of the day.
Care.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you got to be a good person, and looking after animals is a real.
Listen. Indians are very spiritual. We believe like we go through many cycles to be humans. Go through animals, birds. That you don't know who that dog, cat is. I know it sounds crazy. It could be someone's aunt, grand. You don't know. That's what we believe in. Reincarnation. Keep growing. So, but this is not the.
I mean, if you're an ass in your life, I mean, you could come back as a slug or a toad or maybe even.
Be careful, Glenn Hodder got done for that. Be careful.
You can come back as a Spurs fan.
And that's the last England team I loved under Glenn Hodder. That's the last team. I really loved the team. And Venables, isn't it, James? Venables was a class act.
96.
Venables was ahead of his time, to be honest. He really was when it came to football. And Glenn Hodder also. Was.
If you look at the history, we're gonna do a lot of things. Venables and Greaves were inches from signing from West Ham. All similar areas.
I'm now being forced to wear accessories.
Elton John.
Elton
John.
Look at that.
I'm gonna start singing with Dua Lipa. I wouldn't mind his money, that's for sure.
He lives in Old Windsor down the road. He's from Watford. Still Watford. I think he's still.
They've got a stand after him, isn't he?
Yes,
isn't he
1984. I remember him crying at the FA Cup final.
I think he's honorary chairman, no?
Used to own it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Like Delia Smith with Norwich.
I saw his film. He had a really tough upbringing.
Well pissed.
Who are you? Let's be having you.
100 million fucking cooking gravy and chicken. Get in there, mate. Hit it, James. Let's all get in the kitchen.
And here's some reaction for the 5 people who are watching.
What is Suchek made out of? Oh my God!
I'm so glad to see him at his best.
That's one thing I've just noticed there. When have we ever seen that in the past? Them walking around clapping the fans, like even they do that after every game now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, Suchek. Oh my days!
It is good to see him back at his best. To be honest, because I've been not critical of him for any other reason that he looks knackered, you know. But I mean, he looked back.
Matt,
energetic.
I
He
think
should have
we
scored,
need
though.
no Spurs.
Oh.
I think we need. All I saw against Spurs was Rice doing two people's jobs.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He did one. He was Spurs didn't. Rice stood out like us. Oh my god, he did so many things. I couldn't.
He's one of the best players I've ever seen, mate. Declan Rice.
I don't notice
can't-
Suchek too. I don't know. He keeps doing that. I don't see nothing else.
Yeah.
He should have scored yesterday, though, shouldn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's why when I said James
could've
was
got two, to be
Bishop,
honest.
Moncur, or Neves, get someone who can do both. Dictate the
Yeah.
play, break it, give it to
The Moncur and Bishop combination.
Bishop. I know Bishop always says hello on our tweets, and
because Moncur was one of those guys that you never. He was a real dirty son of a bitch, but you never
was,
noticed
yeah.
it.
The first
because
season he came
was
from
such
Swindon.
a classy player. He's like Paolo Maldini. Everybody says how classy Maldini was. Maldini
Very good on the ball, he was.
Maldini, the fucking
Maldini
birds
would
love
lump
the
you up in
bastard
the air.
with his
Maldini
green
was
eyes.
dirty as hell, along with Franco Baresi and all of those guys. But because they played such nice, delicate football, like with Moncur, that's not what caught your attention, you know what I mean? Because Moncur was so good on the ball that you never really picked up on, his niggly part of his game. But he was a real nasty piece.
James, you should have come to that Julian Dix event. I think you were busy. I think you were, weren't you? Something like that.
Yeah. Was it good?
Tony
Was it
Gale.
good?
I'll tell
Tony
you
Gale
what.
one.
I'll show you the photos. The kids, 10 years apart, little ones, and they
Yeah, that
both
was
tower
brilliant,
him.
mate. That was
They both
brilliant.
tower him. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know that? You ever seen it on Twitter or Facebook? Long Live the Bowling, right? They done an event at Dagenham Redbridge Football Club. There was
Yeah,
Dean
a couple
Ashton
weeks
there.
ago.
Yeah, Dean Ashton was there. Tony Gale, and who was the other one?
One thing.
Trevor,
Mark Wald.
Mark Ward.
Hey,
Yeah, that's the one.
How come,
I like
Andy?
this.
How come we don't know about this one?
I found out too late. I've got to speak to Russ because Russ sort of shares them. I need to be on it quicker because Ginge was at a Horn Church near me the other week.
Yeah.
Even though I've got stuff
no.
signed
There's
by
a
Ginge.
1980 Cup winners one coming up in Barking.
I'm not going to that. That's a shithole.
The one I
hate
missed was the Paolo Di Canio one. That's the one that broke my heart. That one. He
It
was in
didn't really
Barking and all.
happen because Nick, the interview ended really early. It was really bad for Dicky's in awe of him big time.
Yeah.
It didn't quite work out for him either. Hartson, I missed Hartson, but I wish I was there now. I missed the Hartson one. I saw Parks, I saw Moncur, I saw McAvenny, COYI.
Yeah.
COYI
Tony Gale's the next one, Jazz, isn't it?
I ain't seen
I've
Gailey.
heard
I
great
like
things
your
about
sense of
Tony Gale.
humour.
I've heard
Gailey
he's
have to
really
grab,
good.
innit?
Yeah, I've heard he's brilliant to listen to.
Yeah, so me and Jazz, that's before the Liverpool one.
My mate works up at St Paul's up in London. He says, James, he said, every time I go to me lunch here, I used to see Tony Gale in the bookies. He loves a gamble, the geezer.
His dad's a black cab driver, isn't he? That kind of thought, isn't it? Yeah, his dad's a black cabbie.
He says in there, putting like £300-400 bets on. I'm like, yeah, how the rich live, innit?
Anyway, Ross, if you're listening, I know you ain't, but I love that one on Alan Dickens. That was my time. I love that because Alan Dickens never does any fucking interview ever.
Who
I
would you
really
like-
wanted to listen. He's very shy, and I love that one that grabbed him.
If you could interview someone on YouTube, like from an old player, who would you want to interview?
Great question. I got the answer straight away because he's fucking never done it. It's Brian Pop Robson.
Yeah.
Because no one, he's never, because he's not in good health, but he's everyone's hero, apparently, because he had two spells. And Matt, the funny thing was he left in 74, we won the cup in 75, he come back, he left in 79, we won the cup in 80. And he's a Northeast
I'm
lad.
going to call him Lucky.
Yeah.
Evening, Luke.
Give me one sec. Oh. Give me 1 sec. Wife's just.
Don't worry about it. It's all
Picking up the
family.
girls.
What about you,
Yeah.
Andy? Who would you like to interview? You can interview a player that he's like.
Mine would be Ginge.
Yeah.
If I could, just have like Ginge or Dean Ashton.
Dean Ashton would be a good one.
I think I want to
For me.
talk to Alan Devonshire. I think Devonshire for me.
Ev would be good as well, actually.
Devonshire.
And
He
don't trust
came
him.
where I was born, Southall. Fucking
or Christian Daly.
Shouting from distance.
Yeah, Christian Daly. Yeah.
That's all right, mate.
I
What are
think
they shouting
Devonshire.
for?
I think Devonshire want to chat because he's West London boy like me. Devonshire.
What they after, Matt?
Eyal Berkovic.
Hey, get in there, mate. Get in there. What a player, like Benyun. What a player. Same part of the world, same fucking letter B, same players. See, one of them next to Rice, James. Am I making sense or not?
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah, I think
Suchek
so.
being a really cruel git, but one of them next to Rice, Bishop, Berkovic, or Benyun or Monk.
Or even
Matt, am I making
Carrick.
sense or not?
Or even Carrick.
I mean,
Carrick
I
on
used to
Rice.
love watching Benayoun. He was such a good player, you know. I mean, how well would he fit into our team right now?
Well, Matt, am I really wrong about Suchek? I think I might be. I don't know. Tell me.
There's
brother,
only
help
one
me out.
midfielder that you've missed, and that's Stevie Lomas.
I like Steve, to be fair.
Yeah.
What's
He used
that
to
colour?
throw his
What's
face
that
in front of the
colour
ball, mate.
thing?
Honestly.
Shaggy. Is he Shaggy?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
He's-
I imagine how well that Berkovic or Benayoun would fit in that front three behind that.
Oh,
target
they're
right
fitting
now.
anywhere. No,
It's- yeah,
no
they
problem
would
about that.
slot in perfectly.
No, do you know what? Another player, Trevor Sinclair.
Yeah.
I love
Counter-attack.
his stamina, his strength, his muscle. Wing back is Matt will know better than me. Played more football than wing back is one hell of a full. I played right back for my school. Oh my days!
Yeah. I still play now, and I mean,
It's a difficult position,
there's
mate.
a big difference between. I
No
mean,
glory in it, Matt. No glory, mate.
no,
Back there.
I mean I'm right. I play right back, and
Oh,
there's a
same as
big
me.
difference between right when I get asked to play right wing back. I mean,
Fuck that, mate. You must
the
be
only thing
joking.
you know, it's just one of those things that it just takes so much out of you, mate, because it's just up
And he
down,
did it
up
well,
and down.
didn't he? He did it well.
I mean, if you can really play as a wing back, mate. I mean,
When
that's
we used to play
something.
the fancy player manager game, right? Back 2001, no, 1998 championship manager was my favorite
classic.
ever game. We're going to
Classic.
do a whole program on that. Glad you know
Oh.
about that.
My
So-
favorite was the 2000-2001. That was my favorite.
I remember that one. Mine was
Yeah.
98. So you know the Croatian had and the Romanian Chelsea fullback. He was a good wing back.
Dan
Petrescu.
Yeah,
Petrescu.
yeah. Johnny was the other. That's it. Roberto Johnny was the other one. Croatian.
Luke wants to interview Carlos Sanchez.
I used to.
Yeah.
I used to work in Oxford Street. For
His wife
Vodafone.
was there a lot, Matt. Good shout.
I used to work a lot. I used to work in Oxford Street for Vodafone whilst I was at university, and just before and there. One of the weirdest. I used to deal with. You know, I gave contracts to Jordan, the model. I met loads of different celebrities from the.
Matt, do you remember
professional-
1-to-1? The original.
He
He
before
sponsored
T-Mobile,
Everton. He sponsored Everton.
Yeah,
I wish we had Duncan Ferguson. What a player, mate! What a nutcase.
You know the weirdest.
Went
player
to jail,
that I
didn't he,
ever met-
James? Smashed 2 people up.
I met Robert Winston, the professor, and loads of random celebrities, real famous people, whatever. The weirdest person I ever sold a phone to was Khalid Boularouge. Remember that Chelsea player that they bought in once? Didn't speak a fucking word of English, didn't know what to buy, and he was like, he walked in, obviously coming.
And he went out with a Nokia 3310.
I literally sold
Nokia
him about
Banana,
5
wasn't it?
phones,
Nokia
mate.
Banana one. Nokia Banana,
Yeah,
mate.
I ended up flogging him like 5 different contracts, mate. Each at like 150 quid a month. One for him, one for his nan, one for his literally everyone, because he didn't speak a fucking word of English.
I had an
He didn't
Ericsson,
know what he was
one with
signing.
first phone, aerial, different. Yeah.
Who's the celebrities that you sort of met? Like, and I asked all you this. Who have you met and you thought, you know what, they was a really nice bloke, like, but on the TV they're portrayed as not being so nice, so to speak. Like Roy Keane, for instance. People say Roy Keane's a bit of an idiot, but I think he's actually all right.
Yeah, you know the guy.
Mine's Rossi B.
Yeah, he comes across as being really nice. But
I'm only joking. I just want to see if he's still watching.
I think, James, I'm lucky. Like I said, I never had bad food on holiday. I've never met anyone giving me any fucking gibberish. I don't know if it's the way I come across. I'm quite friendly. You know me. I just fucking get in there and have a laugh with people. I'm not anyone. No, not stuck up. Not really.
You just speak your mind. You just speak your mind.
I mean, like celebrities, though. I mean, celebrity-wise.
I think I'm lucky. No.
I
know when not to take the piss. So if I think someone's in a certain situation, I wouldn't maybe it's
Does
that.
it just take a step back and say, you know what?
Respect,
One guy that I met was really fucking nice, was Mike Skinner from the streets. That guy was fucking lovely. Absolutely lovely man. Really, really fucking nice. And we talked for about a fucking hour. And in the end, he didn't even buy a phone. He just said, no, thanks for the chat, mate. I liked it. And I was like, oh, you don't have a phone? He's like, no, I just really enjoyed our conversation.
Yeah, listen, I've been to restaurants, especially like because I'm Indian, I follow Bollywood a lot. So someone's told me, sir, do you know such and such is in the corner on his own? I'm going,
Love you too, man.
Then you know, I ain't gonna go up to him. Fuck, man.
Yeah. What about the rudest one, Matt? Anyone you've met celebrity-wise who's been sort of, you thought, bit of a prick?
You know the one. No, you know the one that was I mean, he was just coming up at the time, and but the one that I was very surprised about, that thought a lot of himself and didn't have time for anyone, was Danny Dyer.
Really?
I can believe that. I can believe that.
I thought I wanted to go talk to him about West End. I just mentioned something.
I can believe that, mate.
And, I'm not saying he was rude, as in he was rude, specific, direct.
Would you say hello or something? Would you say hello or something?
Just had no interest in talking to anyone. You know what I mean? The one of the nicest guys.
He comes across weird on TV, mate. To be honest,
it was just weird. He just wasn't interested. I was like, hey, Danny. West End.
Danny's like, coming live. Danny, are you joining us now?
you know, one of the funniest guys
I can believe that, mate.
Was Ian Wright, and he
comes across a lovely guy, doesn't he?
We were right on on Oxford Street, 474 Marble Arch End. You know, so we used to get a lot of Arabic people and a lot of rich people.
London ain't fucking anyway. About to shut my mouth. Yeah.
So carry on. So we were there and we were waiting outside because on Sunday we opened, you know, like early 11:30, and Oxford Street's dead at that time. I mean, who's going on Oxford Street at 11:30 on a Sunday?
Is it ever dead?
Yeah. And all of a sudden we had a traffic light outside our store, and all of a sudden pulls up.
Matt, do you miss that in Mexico?
Oh, definitely, mate. Yeah. Yeah, good one of those, mate. And all of a sudden, we pull up this sports car. I'm with a couple of mates of mine who are Arsenal fans in the store, and they're like, "Hey, it's Ian Wright." And all of a sudden, these guys, my mates who are Arsenal fans, they were actually, one was a season ticket holder, and the other one went a lot. And the guy was like, "Ian Wright, right." And all of a sudden, Ian Wright jumps out of his car in the middle of Oxford Street. There weren't too much traffic or anything because it was.
Would you remember the year, Matt? What year was this?
2006.
Oh, so obviously he's played for West Ham by then.
Yeah. He played for West Ham, and he came out and he was there taking photos with us and everything. Real nice guy. You know, he was really nice.
You seen a documentary, Matt, on I think Netflix, Amazon, on David Rocastle? What a documentary! Lovely.
Yeah, I've not seen it, mate. It's on my list to watch.
No, watch it, mate. Amazing.
Yeah, and it was. You know who else was really nice? Linford Christie. Really nice fucking man as well. Linford Christie was lovely. And another guy that was so fucking weird, and I only met him because he started a fucking blockade in the middle of Oxford Street with a fucking juggernaut, was Chris Eubank.
I was about to say he must be a boxer. He's from Brighton. He's from Brighton,
nuts,
mate. He's like that. He's got that. He's a weirdo.
He just decided to block Oxford Street
by
he's
himself
a fucking
on a
protest about climate control.
No, he's a weirdo,
He had
mate.
a big fucking like juggernaut, you know, like pulls lorries. He just decided to block it. Just out of nothing, mate.
Listen, really sad what happened to his. Oh, respect. I love you.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible. But
really bad.
fucking weird man. And he just sat there talking to us. He got a Starbucks.
Man, did you know Nigel Benn was Paul Ince's cousin? Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, they're cousins. Nigel
Well, they're
Benn
both
and Paul
West Ham.
Ince.
It was Nigel Benn's West Ham.
They're both West Ham and they're cousins. Yeah.
Wow.
And Paul Ince was such a rude. Only John Lyall and I think Alvin Mine had to chin him, had to punch him once.
Really?
He was so out of control.
I managed to get a hammers out of Nigel Benn in a DJ booth in Ibiza because he became a DJ, funny enough. And I was in a club and I saw him. He was DJing in a club, and I was there and I was like, Irons.
I think Carlton Leach was quite close to Nigel Benn, done a lot of things together, security team and all that kind of thing. I think Carlton's in Spain a lot of the time at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
you know, one of the guys that I actually did meet, funny enough, and I became very.
I saw Bill Gardner. Like, I didn't want to go up to him because he's. I've never.
I saw him the other week, didn't I?
I didn't want to disturb him. I saw him.
I spoke to him for a bit because Jazz was late. Spoke to him before the Gent game.
I became quite good mates with I don't know if you know about the Arsenal hooligans. There was a guy called Dayton Connell who was known as the Bear.
I know the Birmingham lad, one-eyed. What's his name? Andy, the Birmingham guy, one-eyed.
I don't remember.
One-eyed Baz.
Yeah.
But there's a guy. He died. He was head of security for the Pet Shop Boys, and he's a massive.
Did they need security?
Head of security. And he used
I'm
to
so
work
bad,
across-
aren't I, James?
He used to work across the street in London Luggage, an old store on Oxford Street, and we used to go for breakfast from every day. Really gentle man, massive man. And sadly, he was the head of the Arsenal firm for a long time, and he got out of it, and he left.
I'm not being funny. Me and James are like, it was so rude. Did they have a firm? I'm so bad. Seriously.
I think
I just have to say it.
He used to tell us about it, and he used to say that he disliked
James, did they have
coming
a
to West Ham.
firm? I'm so rude, you know that sometimes.
Somewhere.
Look it up. If someone's got it there, look it up. Dayton Connell, the Bear.
I'm being really
He had a
bad.
massive. I went to his funeral. There were like 3,000 fucking people there. There was Lee Dixon there. There was Ray Parlour was there. Ian Wright was there. Yeah, mate. Look it up.
I don't know.
Where was his funeral, Matt?
It was in North London, mate. I don't remember where it was Islington or whatever. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Probably isn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Probably
remember. It was a long time
yeah,
ago.
I forgot
And you know what
James,
happened is that the pet shop. He was the head of security for the Pet Shop Boys for many years. I used to go for breakfast with him all the time, and he used to sit outside London Luggage where he became head of security.
Well, what's the reason for the death? Like,
no, that's part of the story, mate. The Pet Shop Boys decided to go on a world tour after many years again, and they asked him to go join him again to become head of security, you know, for the tour. And so they were in Moscow. They'd finished a concert in Moscow. There were this is what his daughter told me. There were two Mercedes going along the river. It was icy, middle of the night. And I think he was in the lead car. The lead car lost control, went through the barrier into the river, icy river, being a guy that must have weighed about 25, 26 stone in a trapped car.
you can't open the fucking door.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Fuck's sake.
I mean,
that's my worst. I can't swim. I can't swim hardly. That's my worst nightmare, mate. Fuck's sake.
So, but it was a.
I fucking hate the water, mate.
He was a lovely.
James, you know, even when I'm on a flight and it's going over a lot of ocean, I'm all right. I'm like, don't fancy that, mate.
What about turbulence? How do you do it?
Fine. No, fine. Fucking cut the whiskeys. I'm fine. No, but I don't like water. No, because it's so big. Because most of the world is water, isn't it? Everyone, most of the water in the map is
fucking hell. We've gone from MasterChef to David Attenborough.
Thing about you, I'm going to say you're absolute stand-up guys. I really do. Apart from having wonderful football knowledge and being absolutely loyal fans, this is what makes the difference with this channel and like with James's channel that I've started following recently as well. Is that you guys offer something different, you know, something nice. I don't mean anything else is bad, but
we're just like you said, no flavoring, colouring, preservatives.
Really nice. It's really raw. It's really genuine, mate, and I really appreciate that you let me get on because I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoy getting on. I really enjoy talking with you guys.
Does it help you though, Matt, deep down, because it makes you get closer to home?
Massively, mate.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, mate. You know, I'll quite happily open up about mental health. I think it's something important to do. I've really been the first half of the pandemic, nothing. The last 6 months, mate, I've really struggled. I'm not going to lie. I've really struggled.
I know.
And firstly, starting with West Ham Fan TV, which Nikki was wonderful. I didn't miss a game last year doing West Ham TV reviews online.
Nikki's my guru.
Can we give a shout out for them for their 60k as well?
All of them, Dan, Scott, everyone, you know.
Fuck off.
That really helped me, and then you know they moved back, and I felt like there was a gap in my life, you know, and I'm really you know honoured that you guys.
But Matt, do you know what? If you want to do it, because we're always at the game, we'll give you the login and we'll show you how to do it. If you want to do an instant reaction or whatever, or even if James is around, we'll give you the platform. If you want to say your voice straight after the game,
man,
you can come on our channel and do it. That's not a problem. Not a problem.
Or
see, the thing is,
if you want, Matt, you can even do it on video it on your phone, send it to me on WhatsApp or in this group, in the WhatsApp group, and I'll stick it up on mine and just say like.
I'd love to, yeah.
Go ahead, sorry, man. Go ahead.
I was going to say I never wanted to make. Someone offered me a while ago to make my own channel, but I prefer getting involved with other people because I like
It's hard work, mate. It's hard work.
I respect. No,
Yeah, my wife ain't talking to me now anyway. So
and
there
you know,
you
you
go.
know, the biggest thing is it's like
Jazz, we're booking Cancun. Here we go. Here we
I
go.
didn't even go to the game yesterday. It's fucking watching Netflix films with her.
and you know the thing is, it's like a freight
Fucking
train
sharing at me, mate.
because it takes a long fucking time to get going. These YouTube
It's time to get that Vienna flight.
You know, like you
No,
guys.
No, Matt.
Sorry,
Matt.
Matt.
No,
What it is, Matt. Jazz is about a couple of more stages away from a divorce, mate.
No, don't say that.
Do you know the best bit about it is she's one of our viewers. She's laying in bed watching Jazz saying
The funny
Tell
thing
you
is,
what, I met her in
Jazz is gonna wake
94,
up
I think,
tomorrow with no
93,
memory.
94.
It'll just
Fucking
unblock his phone and see fucking Cancun tickets bought. Just like, oh shit. No, but
Matt, what it was
to you guys, yeah, because
Matt,
these
what it
things are
was
difficult to do.
Matt, what it was, I want to say a couple of things. I think I need to say them is when this channel started, I was like Ocean's 12. Get my fucking best people. And I want, I'm a certain age, I fucking know talent. And James is one of them. Yeah. So me and James, we love James to bits. And sometimes, it got heavy, partly because of fucking me, though I am. But then I knew, and I have to say, James, you're up there, mate. Your review,
real good
your knowledge,
mate. Real good.
Absolutely up there. And when you got
someone
like that, and you
everyone's got their own.
Nah,
everyone's got their own.
No, you're very objective.
James, you're fucking up there, mate.
The problem is with me, I'm not very black. I'm not black and white, Matt. And like even like at the end of the day, I'm very sort of straight down the line.
I'm in the middle, aren't I?
Let me tell you one thing. There are some people. There's some people that you listen to, and they talk a lot, but they don't say much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so.
There's a lot of people that talk a lot, but they don't say much. And for example, especially with, I've been watching all you guys and your fan cams and everything.
See, and my problem is, Matt, I get pissed a lot now at the match. I struggle. You see what I mean? So I have to sort that out. Yeah. I struggle.
No. So I had
Grand Nicky. I'm struggling. I need to sort that out.
No, I had in about 2 hours. I had 4 2-pint jugs of beer yesterday as well. And one at half time as well.
I was saying that they were slagging you on the fan cam, no, for being pissed on the
Matt, what I wanted to say was like James had to be the Dom. Yeah, he's like Marmite, but I know he fucking knows it, mate. He's so bad. Every minute, Marshy busy. So what we do is we don't have any talent. West Ham nuts can get out there like you, Matt. And then Matt, I can't. There's something, maybe just a tweet, and I thought, fucking hell, Matt was really good. Then I remember that in lockdown, because like James doesn't go to the games, what the fuck is he gonna do? Yeah. And I thought, fuck it, this is a good motion, and you joined the bandwagon, son, and thank you for that. And everyone, this is a growing family. Yeah, we got talented people on the channel, and I'm happy for it.
And it's going to be a good one because you guys have got a real good plan because you've got a real variety of content. You know what I mean? And
who the fuck can get you two here? Dom, Marshy.
Yeah, and you got great Robert Banks.
Dave's going to come on.
Dave's coming on.
We got links to everyone, mate. Yeah.
You got real good people.
And we're not spoiling it, but we've got a real famous person coming on in a few weeks. But we can't give names. We can't give the names. Can we, Jazz?
I don't even fucking know about that. I forget
Maybe you told him.
Andy's in good hand. Andy knows what he's doing.
I know what I'm doing. The thing is, Jazzy's not technical, and he admits it. Yeah, it took me 2 days.
But what is Andy? What is we work off each other's like. Yeah,
exactly.
It is literally like you said. Like everyone says, running the channels are like James does it. But I don't know how James, but like me and Jazz, we just click. We need this done. We need that done. And it's just because I'm an IT engineer, so I'll do all the tech stuff anyway. But it's like, we're doing this, and we just work on it, don't we, Jazz? Really?
It does get hard though. It does get hard.
What I find, James, is I need maybe the kids to do the admin. Last night, because I didn't go to the game and I was drunk. I think 4 or 5 hours. It's a lot of work to spread the word. It is hard, mate. Wow.
especially if you're doing it on
It's
your own.
non-value
like,
add. It's a non-value add. Fucking boring shit.
It is. It does get to a stage where you've got to be organised, though.
But Andy,
especially
what I
YouTube,
want to do, Andy was right. I'm going to get one of the fucking little frogs to do it and sort it out. No, I don't think it's a job for me and Andy. I don't think so. No, because we're working and Andy's obviously doing a lot of it. And it is fucking. It's not fun, is it, Andy?
The thing is though, Jazz laughs. Yeah, it's like me and him. I speak to him more than anyone. Me and him probably speak about 4 times on the phone minimum a day, and they're about 15, 20 minutes. Oh, we're doing this. We've got like a fucking shared calendar, like what we've got planned. Like it's like we're a married couple. Literally, it is true though, isn't it, Jack? Like we're working.
How many times, Andy? How many times has Jazz rung you drunk? Tell the truth.
No, he rings me all the time.
No.
He rings you all the time.
I think what it is.
We ring each other. Like he phoned me the other week when I was bad on the shots, and I was. When did we have to do that show? Mike on a Monday come on.
Andy is me when I was his age. Andy is me his age. So when Andy sometimes gets frustrated, I'll just say, "Don't worry about it." Shh. But I was him, and sometimes I'm fucking him tomorrow. Then he'll say, "Shh." So we kind of like, we're both nutters.
And then you both go together.
It's like that.
The funny thing is, though, it was after the Gent game last week, so we were quite pissed anyway, Me and him saw each other. It was like fucking Dirty Dancing. We just run and gave each other a big hug, like after the game before we done the fan cams and stuff. But no, it's just the adrenaline and like. We just love it. Like we just mix with everyone, and we're doing something what we love, and it's mad.
I think what it is a combination of personalities. That's a good thing. You know what I mean? You know, you two together.
What it is, the DNA. I'm not being funny. Like I was telling my son last night, my personality suits West Ham. Exactly West Ham. Well, I am West Ham. I'm feisty. I'm up. I'm passionate. I'm a nutcase. But deep down, there is a brain somewhere in there. And I'm not a Fulham fan. I'm not going to be a QPR fan. Chelsea, I was born in the Chelsea area. But without sounding controversial, no, I'm not going to go there. There's a difference. You know what I'm talking about. There's a difference there with those guys. Who's the other team? Spurs?
Arsenal.
Maybe. 83, 85, maybe. Because they did play. I'm very fair. They do play good football. Tottenham will always play great football. They have silky skills. I don't know. I can't, because my dad was a West Ham fan before I was born, and he said, "You West Ham, get the fuck out the door." And I've done the same policy. My kids, all West Ham.
It is hard though. Like when you're doing a YouTube channel, like it does take up quite a lot of your time. Like, do you know what I mean? And,
James, literally, So like. I do like on this day. I do this. I do that. Literally, I'm glad I've got my 2 screens for work because sometimes I'm replying to emails or doing whatever. Like when I'm going to Basildon. In Basildon, I've got 4 screens, so I'm doing 2 screens for the channel and 2 screens for actually doing work. Like, and James, it's a lot of work.
And James, other things I just found out. Fucking hell, mate. Channels copy you. They talk to you on the phone as a friend, and I've got a big heart, and I'll spit. It's my fucking fault. And then you find out, you bastard, and then this, that. It's fine. It's cool. So you find all these things on the journey.
But you know what? Matt's right on one thing. It's about personality, and if you come across as real, but with me, what it is, I'm a polarizing figure. You either like me, or you don't, so to speak, and I come across straight down the line because I think if you don't bullshit no one, then you ain't gonna go wrong.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
It's integrity, mate. You got to be. If you're a person with integrity, if you're a person with,
there's slimy people on that journey.
Listen, you can see it on other fan cams, you know, and I don't want to call out anyone's.
No, don't do that.
No. But I mean, you know, just other clubs more than anything. You know what I mean? You know, the ones that are maybe the more famous ones, and you can just see it's a show. You know what I mean? They've become them. They've turned from a person
to monetary money.
To a commodity, and they have to sell that product, and that's a shame. Okay, simply things become monetized, but it's just
the hardest thing, Matt, is adjusting is I used to take it seriously as well. Like all them comments I got after the Gent game when I said Ben Rama
I
and
told you
Fornals had a good
that's the
game.
one thing, Miles. The Miles, don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even rise to it. Like literally, yeah, I got called fat spastic TV.
Oh,
Fucking, like stuff.
well, that's
like,
different. That's naughty.
and but the thing is though, yeah, the
Nah,
people who are
stupid.
commenting
Nah, that's
are the ones
stupid, that is.
are the ones without a picture or a picture of flipping Jared
Hey,
Bowen as their thingy without no fucking name.
Yeah, and
They're
there's the ones
fucking
that
no
will just
one.
give you a
Then
dislike. There's people that will just dislike for the sake of disliking. You know what I mean? Like, for example, when I watch the fan cams on Nikki, I see you guys, I put a like and everything. And
I had
see
a
there's
laugh.
like-
Someone called me Iranian. I had a laugh. I go, no, I'm not Iranian. And then he's like, no, mate, I didn't mean that. I go, fuck it, I
Man,
never laugh at
I'm
you.
not surprised, Jazz. They probably would have called you Uranian. There's enough fucking idiots on YouTube thinking that you're from Uranus. You know what I mean? There's enough fucking
No,
idiots
no.
on
To
there.
be fair, I'm being cool, mate. I haven't.
One thing I
haven't
will
had
say,
issues.
one
I've
thing
been
I will
alright.
say, well, Andy just said there, you have got to be thick-skinned
Oh,
in
yes.
this game.
oh, I'm really thick-skinned.
Yeah, like you've got
I
to be
know that's
able to
something
sort
that
of.
I've been
brush it
alright.
off.
I've escaped. I think you've got. It's the way you carry yourself. I've got.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of people, right. Anyway, no, it's not this.
Yeah, but you're very elegant though,
I know,
Jazz.
I know,
like,
hang on.
for all
No,
the years
but
that
I'm
I've
like,
watched
it's the
you.
way
Hang on, I've got something to cheer us up. What's this?
penalty.
Oh, the corner. Look at that passion, isn't it, Matt? Look at that passion, mate.
Absolutely brilliant, mate. You know.
I think Newcastle game was the first time I saw Matt, and we bought the pot.
No,
each, the
me.
boring story in it. Yeah, bought pie each, and I couldn't eat it for 3 hours. That hot. You know, yeah.
So me and Jazz have spoke here. Like I knew of Jazz for ages. Me and him have spoke for like ages, and then like we obviously doing the other channels and stuff like that. And then like we first met obviously on the Newcastle game, and it was just that was mad. That day was that was proper mad.
You
So
know
what I did,
Mike,
Matt, was I drove to Leeds, didn't I? I drove to Leeds the day before, break the journey up, which was and then the next day, 2 hours I think to Newcastle. And these nutcases, Andy lot, they drove there and back in one day. I think it's too much to do, mate. Too much to do. But very friendly. And what I do, Matt, anyway, Grant, I wear the colours. I don't want to swear. I don't give a F. I'm not going to any way give them much shit. I've been to Liverpool. No one said nothing to me. We beat them 3-0. They go, Jazz, fucking hell, 1962. Pie season, first time Anfield, me and my boy. Never ever won, and went to their local pub. So the Scousers are very accommodating. Went to the local pub. I saw 2 Asian fans in Liverpool. I go, do you want a pint? They fucking legged out of the pub. Miserable little shits. London fucking Liverpool fans. Pricks.
Jazz, sorry, yeah. I just looked at the flipping Facebook group, the ticket group, yeah. So bear in mind, so like, well,
Still runs.
yeah. So like 18. Well, how many games at home? Yeah, 19 games at home. Yeah, so it works out what like 20, 30 quid a game or whatever it is. Someone's selling their ticket for the 90 quid, like it would for general sale.
That's to our own family.
To our own family.
I don't charge people normally. That ain't on, mate. That's not West Ham. No,
that's the popcorn eating fans. That's the popcorn eating fans, you know.
I don't charge anyone. I think even the one Milesy, I didn't charge anyone. No, I don't charge anyone. That 2 tickets I got from a very well-known, wealthy owner of a radio station, Indian guy, out the blue. He goes, Jazz, I know you follow away. Do you want to go? I go, what? And I said, I'm not going to take him till I pay you. He goes, you fuck off. I ain't taking money from you. And then in reverse order, I told Andy and the whole family, Nikki, I don't fucking want money for no one. And I offered them, remember, Andy, I told them the hotel overnight, free.
Mm.
Oh,
Well,
well.
that sounds weird, though, doesn't it? When you think about
How many tickets you got? How many tickets you got, Jazz?
it, does sound fucking weird when you think about it.
I wasn't going to say that.
No, I had
Jazz,
2
but
tickets, and no, one of them was free. I didn't want any money from anyone, and including that price, it sounds weird to me again. It's like free overnight hotel stay. It does sound fucking weird.
Sharing it, topping and tailing with Jazz.
Oh, fucking that is
Full English breakfast and a pie at half time. What more can you ask for?
And a rum and coke before bed.
That's it, yeah. Just stop there. That's fucking hell, mate. But I've just been honest and I said, yeah, it's what it is. Like, I don't want no money from West Ham. You must be joking, mate. Fucking did none of that. Nah.
No, like you said,
worst case scenario. Yeah,
Right.
price.
We've got the 5-minute warning, and SUs are still going on. I've got a busy day tomorrow. I've got to drive tomorrow.
I've got to go to Suffolk tomorrow, so train journey. Nice train
10-minute warning. Can we meet in the middle? 10 minutes, then we finish. 10
All
minutes.
right. I've got 18% of my battery, so when the laptop gets to 10%, it goes off. So
you used to be the best place when I used to work on Oxford Street in Suffolk, and I used to say it was on Oxford Street, and they go, the Americans used to come in. Hello, sir. I want to go to Southwark, and I was like, where?
You know,
Southwark.
I'm a Middlesex fucking Berkshire boy, mate. I fucking hate that
that
part of the world, mate. I fucking hate
Suffolk.
it.
Ah,
Suffolk, yeah.
South London.
that's where I work. That's where I work.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
One of my offices is in where I have to go is in Southwark.
Or they'd walk in with Hey, sir, I'm looking for Leicester Square.
Oh, fucking hell. I tell you what,
No,
American,
Leicester.
listen, I always work American companies that are lovely people.
Oh, yeah,
people.
wonderful.
But when it comes down to chocolates and cheese, they ain't got a fucking clue.
All plastic. It's all plastic.
Cheese a yellow liquid to them. They cannot
plastic,
do
mate.
cheese. They can't do
Like the
cheese or
sausages.
chocolates.
You know what? I'm going to take a video for you guys. See if those sausages set on fire. The ones I pulled out earlier. See if they were plastic. It's all fucking plastic, you know. But I'll send you some photos tonight of what I'm about to consume.
So Matt, you got no plan to go UK permanently, though.
I would love to, mate. My wife would be up for it. Yeah, definitely.
Moving permanently or
no, but move permanently back as well.
Oh shit! Okay, cool.
Yeah. If the right opportunity comes up, without a doubt. Yeah, we were.
How'd your kids adapt though, Matt? Being there for so many years and then coming back to the UK.
They speak English though, don't they?
Oh, but yeah, but it's our language in the house. To be honest, mate, I mean, we speak all the time with my parents by FaceTime, with my family all the time, and they're.
What's the last time you came to UK, Matt?
You know what? You're not going to fucking believe this. The last time I came back to the UK, I had a fucking terrible accident. Terrible. You're not going to believe what I did.
What, a virus tube? Did they crack in your hand?
Fell down the stairs.
No. I came over with my eldest, Sienna, the big one, right? Because my little one couldn't come over at that time. She was missing some vaccines or something and stayed there with my wife. So I went over for Easter. I came over for 2.5 weeks. I was with my parents. And we were at some sort of like gypsy fairground, you know? And there was these like bumper bikes where you bump into, you know, the things. But
I love bumper cars.
But they had 2 levels. One on top and one on the bottom.
Fuck.
The kids were at the bottom and I was sitting at the top. And so I'm there taking a video to send to my wife back in Mexico. She was going to Guadalajara with her parents.
That's where the ground is, isn't it? My favorite stadium.
Yeah, for Chivas. So anyway, I'm on there taking a video. All of a sudden, crash. I jump down onto the bit where my daughter is. All of a sudden, I stand up and I start vomiting, throwing up everywhere. Fucking everywhere. Blah!
That's weird. Oh,
right. A pain going from my fucking balls up.
Abdomen.
I ruptured a testicle.
Oh.
I was vomiting everywhere.
Matt, say no more, mate. I'm feeling your pain.
Matt, spaghetti bolognese. I love it, mate.
No, could you imagine that? And so I had to call up. I had to go. I tried to style it out, you know, and I'm fine. Vomiting everywhere. From the pain was in. I mean,
I'm surprised the girl still talk to you.
No, I got to the hospital and I was there, and they were like, "No, you need liquid morphine straight away, morphine to the veins."
Andy's cancelled his delivery already. I can see from his face.
So no, but the funny thing is I called my wife on FaceTime. I was there with the consultant.
Russ, get Kebab to Andy's house right now.
They sent me straight in, emergency, straight to the consultant of urology. Went straight in, and I called him up, and he was like, "Get into an ultrasound." Gave me an ultrasound, and they was like, "No, it's fucked. We need to open you up now. Any chance of saving your testicle?" So I call up my wife whilst I'm smashed up on morphine.
Morphine.
I'm like, "Hey, what's up, lady?" And she's like, "Yeah, what's up?" And I was like, "I'm here with the doctor. The doctor's going to explain some things to you." I was like, "Here you go, doc." And the doctor's like explaining everything. Like, "Oh, your husband has squashed his testicle. We're going to try and save it. But if not, we're going to remove it, blah, blah, blah." And then I pull it back, and she's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck have you done? Blah, 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 blah." And the doctor's just looking at me like, "Oh." And I'm like, "Yeah, doc, my wife is Mexican. She's Latin, like that Sofia Vergara, but she's shorter and not so pretty."
Don't say things like that. What are you talking about now?
But I didn't mean it in a bad way. You know what I mean? I was just smashed up.
Hi.
But and she was like, "Ah," and I was like, "Fuck." Anyway, cut a long story short. They managed to fucking...
Sorry, words and pictures. First word I walked into was ruptured testicle.
Yeah, I know.
And so cut a long story short, they saved my testicle. They stitched my fucking scrotum up like a baseball. And but everything's okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So did you get strike free and get out?
Let's put it like this way: you never know kids. You never know kids again.
Hey, the funny thing is, me and my wife are in a group with because I lost a little bit of the size of the testicle. They saved most of it. Anyway, I'm in a group with two other couples that are good friends of ours. So there's 3 couples in the group.
So what's your party trick?
No, so one of the fucking assholes changed the name of the group to 2.5 Men. So I got out of hospital. First thing I opened up WhatsApp group, 2.5 Men. Fucking ass.
Oh, that's brilliant, man. That's good bit of banter.
Oh yeah, no, it makes a good part. It makes a good story,
And you've just told it to everyone on West Ham and United family when they watch it tomorrow.
I don't get.
No, it's good though. Steve was earlier. We've got.
The funny thing was, my daughter came back to school. We came back after the school holidays, and the first thing like that classic activity coming back from school holidays. The teacher asks, "Draw what you did at school."
Coming back from America.
My daughter drew in the hospital, and she had to do a show and tell. What did you do in your school vacations? I had an accident, and my daddy ruptured his testicle. The teacher called me in saying, "Excuse me, your daughter is honest, but that's not the kind of language that 8-year-olds kids." Because then I need to try and explain to the other kids what a ruptured testicle is. So yeah,
Matt, if it still stands up, all good, son. That's it.
Just about, yeah, can't complain.
Listen, mate, Saddam Hussein's son, fucking different story, but there you go, he deserved it, little cunt. Yeah. My fucking brain goes in all different directions. But
sorry, do you know what's really funny? Yeah, we've not lost any viewers, so everyone's still fascinated. We've had the same viewers since Matt's been saying this, so no one else they wanted to know what the outcome was as well.
You're not going to get that
I'll
on
save it for next time, but I've got some other wonderful stories here from Mexico.
Story time. It's not story time with Nicky. It's story time with Matt.
Well, we've moved from Richard Attenborough and Planet Earth, like James said earlier.
Richard Attenborough, what a great film director and beautiful. 2 brothers so talented, make children films, brilliant, man.
Yeah, and we moved from story time.
Master Chef. Planet Earth,
Shackleton, Trip to North,
celebrities,
Carry On films.
Matt's celebrity list.
Listen, I've got so many speciality. Carry On, I'm a specialist. Carry On films, Hammer horror films, Dracula, Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee. Fucking list goes on and on, mate.
Well, you never get. I'll tell you one thing, mate. I went to Brunel University. That was the university.
Oh, that's down the road, Uxbridge. You fucking
Yeah,
hell.
I
That's my fucking area.
Yeah, I was there, mate. I was there. I lived there. The dormitory that I stayed in, that they now knocked down, was one of the dormitories that they used to film Clockwork Orange.
Really?
I've never seen that film. Do you know that?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
fucked up
I go,
film, mate.
Matt. I go Clockwork Orange raving, but not the film.
That's
Come
one
do that
disturbing
in
film.
Cancun, mate. You'll have a lot of fun.
I need to see it. Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
some
it's
Weird
films,
film.
this is like-
It's a weird film.
It's worth a watch. It's worth a watch.
Who's it? Stanley
Is it a
Stanley
bit like
Kubrick.
which Finder
She
General?
said
That's a
Stanley
weird
Kubrick.
one, isn't it?
Kubrick? That's the man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth a watch. It's a weird one, but a lot of it was filmed in Brunel University. Why? I don't really know.
Taxi
In the block-
Driver's a weird one, isn't it? Taxi Driver, them
Yeah,
lot.
that's-
Deer
that's one-
Hunter, bit harsh.
I'll tell you what film I watched. Thingy. I always forget. It's been is the one. Do you know the bomb on the coach, and they've got to go the same speed. Speed, isn't it?
Oh,
No.
yeah, Speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Watched that the other day.
What's
I
the
forgot
deal?
how fucking
The deal.
pathetic
Steven
is that film.
Spielberg. Deal.
Not,
That's a good one.
1995, I think that was. Fucking hell, I feel well old.
That was
Oh,
so
Really?
Silence of the
fucking
Lambs was weird.
95?
That was weird.
95, yeah, I'm sure it was, yeah. 95,
Wow.
94, something like that.
Christ.
Absolute, I remember them classics, I must admit.
Watch The
You know?
Deal, Steven Spielberg, The Deal. Fucking weird film, mate.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
Chaz,
one
I'm surprised
car
you-
truck.
I'm surprised you sit there watching a film, but I'm surprised you don't get bored.
No fucking Indian origin, Bollywood fucking 3-hour films. That's all I know, innit? Fuck's sake. Yeah.
That's
what
why
I
he
do.
watches Star Wars all the time. That fucking
Have you
6
seen
hours
James
long.
Bond yet?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, wasn't they? I loved it. Yeah.
Not seen it yet. Is it
Right.
worth? Is it
I'm
worth
a big
watching?
Bond fan. Big Bond fan. Love it.
Was it worth watching, Jazz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to they call it Cine Lux cinemas now, where you get your chair goes back, forward,
Yeah.
get booze, Bacardi, whatever. I
Yeah.
didn't drink anyway. I was being good that day, but
Sounds like Jazz's
Oh.
front room.
Oh no, I was going to say that. Jazz goes, yeah, I just want to put these tickets. Yeah,
I'm a big.
make
I'm
sure
a
there's
big.
rum and coke available.
He pays for View Cinema to come and put the projector up in his front
No,
room.
I'm really old school. I'm traditional. Like Steptoe Son. I fucking love Steptoe Son films. I've
Fucking hell,
got, the
that's
whole,
random.
I've got the whole box set.
Yeah, on the buses with Olive.
Yeah, see, on the bus.
That's funny. But I've got the whole Only Fools
Me
every
too.
single thing box set, all of them, whole box set.
What about Frank Spencer?
Oh,
Some
brilliant.
others-
Some others do have.
Oh, in little portions.
I've done a whoopsie, Betty.
Little portions. Bit annoying after a little while. Little portions.
Where
A
was she
Good
got
Life.
there?
I used to like the Good Life.
Dad's Army, Jazz.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I love the beginning. I love the music.
Yeah.
I love that. The beginning of it.
What about Blackadder? Blackadder or Young
Yeah,
Ones or something?
Blackadder.
Blackadder was
Fucking
brilliant.
hell. They used to say I fucking look like him.
I like One Foot in the Grave as well. That's quite funny.
Yeah.
He used to look like Blackadder, everyone.
Yeah, right, like it's a bastards. But he fucking had half his money.
What about Red Dwarf?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I
was
once
at
had-
school then.
I once
Fish,
went to a
fish.
birthday party
Fucking
of somebody I never knew. I got invited to a birthday. This is one of the weirdest fucking things ever. I got invited to a birthday party in Covent Garden with a mate. There was a birthday party of the friend of my mate. So I arrived there at Covent Garden, and I was like, "Oh, you go inside, go upstairs." It was in like the top area of a pub, no, or like a bar, but like a private area, no. So I went in there, asked for a drink and whatever, and I was calling my mate, "Hey, where are you? Why are you not coming?" Fucking guy never turned up. So I was like, for fuck's sake, I was like, but then I was, just having a right time. All of a sudden, I turn around.
Andy's on
go-
2 fucking screens.
I go sit down, and I'm sitting next to Danny James Jules or whatever his name is, the cat from Red Dwarf. So I spent the whole.
Oh, the Scouser. No,
Yeah,
no, sorry.
Yeah,
I sit down-
London,
Well, he
isn't
got
it?
done for a
the whole
court
fucking
case,
night.
didn't he? Scouser boy.
And he started
Yeah.
asking me, hey, how do you know? I think the guy's name was Timothy or something. The guy who was the birthday party. He's like, how do you know him? I was like, to be honest, mate, I've no idea why I'm fucking here. I was meant to meet Andy, my mate, who was meant to be there with me. Didn't fucking show up, so I just stayed around for a bit. Started chatting to you, and you're actually a nice guy, so I'm just going to sit here and chat for a bit. He's like, yeah, don't worry, I don't know many people either. And we just sat down talking there, and he was telling me all about Red Dwarf, about Chris Barry. Real fucking interesting. Real fucking interesting talk with him. He was really nice guy, you know, real nice.
What was he telling you about Red Dwarf, Matt?
You know what? He was telling me how funny Chris Barry is, how naturally funny he's like.
Listen, Grain Gill's the best.
He said he's a naturally hilarious man. And he was saying, you know, when he went on to the British Empire, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's passed away, isn't he?
Is he?
Is he?
No,
I didn't know that.
Oh. Scott, if you ask him what hour, we're close to 3 hours and 30 minutes.
No, I got confused with the guy who passed away from the what was that really famous show? Fucking hell. Young something.
Yeah, Rick Mile. You're thinking?
Yeah,
Rick
that's
Mile,
what
you
I-
mean?
Sorry.
Or Bottom.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Bottom was
Yeah, but
classic.
Hugo Lloris.
But he was saying how fucking hilarious Chris Barry was. He said he would just make everybody laugh all the time. You know, he was just such a funny guy.
Matt, what do you think about the whole sitcom thing? Is just fucking finished, and we got cooks. We got cooks in it. Cooks pisses me off, mate.
Well,
Terry and June and fucking all those things we used to have.
Georgia Mildred.
Listen, Steptoe Son, movie 1, movie 2, Greyhound.
Oh,
Blind,
Jazz. When they find out the dog's blind and they put sunglasses, put the glasses on him.
You cannot.
You know,
having a bath in the sink. Amazing, mate.
You know, the other thing that James that he was telling me is that the other thing that pissed him off was that there were so many, like, because it had like a cult following or whatever you want to call it now. He said that these guys would come to them all the time and ask them questions about plot holes that didn't make sense. And he said, I don't fucking know. I'm just acting on the fucking thing. You know what I mean? But these guys would come like obsessed with like wanting to know like how this was possible.
Matt, what would you do about the planet people in the UK lying on the roads? What would you do about it? Drive over them?
Yeah, mate. I mean, that is just, I don't know, mate.
James, what do you think?
I would fucking, I wouldn't run them over.
They should be arrested.
Yeah.
They should be arrested and chucked in Nick. Because if that was, for instance, if that was over football, they'd get a lifetime ban.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And they're stopping people from, like, suppose if, for instance, someone...
I think ink was thrown over them. And Matt, I don't know what the Mexican police is, like Indian police. You would never... Whoa.
No,
done, mate.
You disappear.
Yeah, go ahead, James. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but what it is,
you'd become a name on a list.
If you've done that, in a ground or in a main attraction, you'd be nicked for that. I don't understand why they're not nicked.
I mean, if they were investigating the fucking banner in Newcastle, weren't they, for it potentially being offensive? I mean, Christ's sake,
see that guy who put super glue on his hand, and our police is taking fucking 2 hours. And I said, leave him overnight. Leave him. He can piss his shit there. Leave him.
Yeah.
And sure, he's a teacher, and he fuck him. Oh,
hey, Joe, what I'd do? Joe, what I'll do? I'd go and get a Kango. I'd dig all round the hand and loosen it up and then click it up, and he can have the concrete on his hand and say, right, now you're nicked. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah, see you later, mate.
No, I'd piss on him.
Well, after your 4 2-jug pints, or how many pints did you drink?
Yeah, go on, get up. Go on, get up.
You'll be well prepared, Andy. After all that beer, you'll be well.
He's a Tottenham cunt anyway. You're getting battered.
Yeah.
You dirty cunts! All of you! Hoggy's head, Silver's head. Go on, Chris. Come on!
great, isn't it? Great. Wonderful.
Brilliant.
No chance of VAR ruining that one off, I think. But when you listen to the channel, lucky goal, wasn't it? Lucky. We were a better team.
They don't understand. We just parked the bus, didn't we? We parked the bus.
Their managers fucking.
What did you
I had a lot of
think?
respect for him.
I've got to ask you this. What did you think of their reaction on social media? Like that geezer, that Duo Max. There's all of them. Just come out with a load of bollocks.
I'll tell you what. Expressions though, he cracks me up.
Yeah,
He is good. He's like, fuck me.
What about that? When he goes, even the postman in a minute when he drops my parcel.
But if he was West Ham, he couldn't exist. We kicked the shit out of him. We will not accept that. Like Ryan said once, Nicky goes, if we were like Arsenal, nah, not in our club. We've got different culture. We would not accept that. That's why, yeah.
Like, you see them celebrate their 2-2 draw with fucking Palace. Like, let's look at won the World Cup.
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing, mate. But that's the standards that they've got, mate. You know, with our.
Listen, we're going to do a lot of stuff with James and collaborating with different channels. With the history, is the reason. As far as I know, any immigrant, Jewish, Irish, whatever, end up in East London and they went that way. Is that the reason? Little nitty gritty with them lot? I don't know. What's I don't want to know. Fucking don't give a shit.
I just think but a lot of it is because let's be honest.
All the owners have been, Jewish, Evan Scholar, Alan Sugar.
They're the most arrogant fans. They're the most arrogant fans.
Bang on, mate. Bang on, mate.
Self-entitled.
And the thing is, what does it with me? And some people say I can't stand Arsenal. I ain't got a problem with Arsenal, really.
No,
I think Arsenal
I've got no issue with Arsenal.
I think Arsenal are a very well, got good history and got establishment of Arsenal, basically. When you look at Tottenham, it's like they owe something. Right? They're expecting to win.
I don't speak to family, James. I've fallen out with family members on WhatsApp. We had fights nearly 1-to-1. I meet you at 2 o'clock. That in that reign of the potch, a lot of chef having WhatsApp groups, mate. Families have fallen out.
Yeah,
I just find them very arrogant.
James,
very arrogant.
I just googled here the definition of self-entitlement. Self-entitlement is when an individual or group perceives themselves as deserving of unearned privileges. Pretty much sums up Tottenham.
And look at us. We don't complain. I don't complain. I love my club. I love my colours. I love people like you.
Yeah,
if it comes our way, it comes our way.
Exactly, right? And what it is, we don't expect to win anything.
Exactly.
Right? And that's the reason why.
But we enjoy the process, mate. We enjoy the process.
We want working class effort. That's
exactly.
It. Yeah. And I must admit, and that's the reason why we don't like them. And that's for years. Like, let's be honest, probably everyone on this panel knows someone who's a Tottenham fan who gives it to us when we're freaking like. I had my mate at.
I love to get him in the final. I love to get him in the
last year when we was 3-0 down. I had all my Tottenham mates give it to me, my hero, right? And they know what I was like. I was fuming when we was 3-0 down. Didn't hear nothing from them in the 95th minute when Lindsay buried that one in the top corner. I went out at the party. I did.
My cat. Listen.
The street.
But for example, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember what the late 90s, mate, when Tottenham were 10th, 14th.
Yeah.
Matt, 91. If we beat Forest, that was a final.
It was only, to be honest, like the mid-2000s when Tottenham started picking it up. Because they were, I always remember that around the late 90s, early 2000s, I was taking a piss out of everyone because they were always 10th, 12th, 14th, 13th.
But I watched the video on TalkSport last night, and it was about Tottenham fan rung in and said that Tottenham are going to finish fourth and win a cup this year. And I was like, what drugs are you on? And he said he said, I'll send it to you. I'll put it in the WhatsApp group thing, right? I'll show it to you. And I'll tell you what, it's the most funniest thing ever. He goes, West Ham are nothing. We've done all this, and Leicester.
You've fucking done them fucking 2-3 times now.
Well, I'm beating them 3 games now.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't understand it.
It's a cup final, though, isn't it?
It's their cup final, but they risked 11 players.
Matt, I told you my journey. Matt, my journey started in 1983 Tony COYI Cup final, January the 1st. My memory. My dad's West Ham anyway, and he wouldn't have it any other way, and I don't want any other way. And he said, "We've won 3-0," because he used to watch the radio with his earphones on. We've won 3-0. It's going to be on a big match. Brian Moore. And I said, "Oh, Dad, can I stay up?" I was only about 8. Yeah. Oh my God, 3-0. Fucking. I want to fucking smash him on Boxing Day or New Year's Day to make my That'd be perfect, wouldn't it, James? Boxing Day at home, fucking smash him. And it's 3-0 that day, Tony COYI. Spurs.
Everywhere they go.
Oh, I'll tell you what, to sort of
everywhere they go.
Round it off, would you want them in the Carabao Cup next?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Home to Sunderland, sir.
No, away to Sunderland.
No, I never get a ticket, do I?
No, you get 8,000 tickets. Go to that.
I love that Netflix documentary. I keep watching it over and over again because I think it's such a depressing fucking place. All right, I can't even do the accent. Fucking now. If I lived in Sunderland, I'd shoot myself in the fucking head. Fuck anything out there, mate.
Right.
Fuck that shit.
For the 6 people still watching.
Jazz is just trying to be politically nice. Sorry
Matt,
about my
do you want to
views.
let people know? I think they know who you are, but do you just want to let them know who you are?
Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest, I don't really post much on Twitter, but I mean,
Matt, you put 2 there. Who's the original Matt Randall? Then?
You know what? I fucked up the first one.
You got the login.
No, I don't really remember, mate. No, I mean, yeah, you can follow me. I don't really post much. I just post shit, to be honest. But I don't really post that much. But I like to get on here, with you guys. I've been on with West Ham TV and a few other things. But yeah, really happy to be part of the West Ham Reunited family because it's a great channel moving forward.
I've done a good scouting mission, didn't I, Andy? Good scouting mission.
Yeah,
I watched him in 2 games. I thought, that's a good fullback.
Jazz Newman, head of recruitment for West Ham United.
No, Jazz, we have to see. Jazz, let us know. Are you more like Nick Fury with the Avengers, or are you more like Charlie with his Angels? Which one do you find yourself is more appropriate?
He's more like Phil Mitchell at the pub.
No, I got too much hair. I got too much hair, mate, for that.
No, I'm glad to be on it, guys. Thanks. I really appreciate it. A really good time.
No worries. And Mr. Fever?
Well, you can find me on E20 Zone TV. Go and check it out. It's I do previews, betting content, all different stuff. But yeah.
I'll tell you what, James, tell us the odds yesterday of West Ham. It was 8-1 in normal time.
We call penalties, James.
8-1 in normal time. I don't know what it was.
It was 9-1 in normal time. I think penalties. I think we was something like it was outsiders, massive outsiders. Man City were massive favourites because all the players had on the pitch. But
I didn't fucking see that thing coming, mate.
I predicted a draw, and I still went on pens. And
did you?
Yeah, I called it on the American Hammers TV. I said that we will either nick it or we'll get a draw and win on penalties. I said because Ariona in goal. I fancy Ariona up against their goalkeeper all day long, and but yeah, you can find me on there. E20 Zone TV. Jazz has been on, and he's been on. I'm going to get Matt on at some point.
E20. Is that your E20? Is that your postcode or?
Is that
the postcode? That's the postcode of Stratford.
Sorry, I fucking hate Stratford, but I love West Ham. But West Ham Upton Park used to be, was it 9AZ, wasn't it? E6, I don't fucking know, was it E16?
E13, I think it was.
9AZ, something like that. Oh, fucking, I can't remember now.
Yeah.
Something like
E13, that was, mate. I mean, but less of the postcodes, more Andy wants to go to bed.
It's fresh as a daisy.
No, it's been good. No, like I said, this is the show, so we'll be back again in 2 weeks' time on the Thursday, so we do it every 2 weeks. And we've sort of planned it well because of Europa League. So we've got Europa League next week. We'll be doing a watch along for the game next week. So if people want to pop in and out or have your say, then let us know. Me and Jazz will probably.
Matt, you got doner kebabs in Mexico?
No, mate. No, I'm sad to say.
Anyway, that's not missing.
Yeah, no, those are the kind of things, mate, that I'm really missing.
Milkshakes, good milk.
So there I am promoting a watch along, and then Jazz goes,
Matt's going to help me to watch along. Matt, I need some help with the Villa one. I mean, James can pop on. We'll grab some more friends. So Villa, watch along. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Right. So I'll set that link up then for the watch along, and we're doing a watch along next Thursday for the reverse fixture of Genk. Yeah.
Are you doing
Well,
a watch
Villa,
along?
no, we try to do one for Villa as well, if we can. Villa's
Yeah, that's what I said. I'll set it up.
Yeah. I'm ready for that.
I'll join from Villa.
Nice.
Yeah. Same colours, isn't it, mate?
That's fine. We got it from them, didn't they? Because they left their socks or something like that, wasn't it?
What the fuck, man?
Listen, Matt, it's all coming, mate. History's all coming, mate.
We're trying to go and we're getting more people in. We doubled our guests since we said we were going.
Scott should have come on. Scott, come on. He's been there all the way with us.
No, Scott said next time.
Come on, let's just go, man. 45 members.
I'm going to a barbecue, so...
No. We've taken too much.
Matt, James, thank you very much. Really enjoyed tonight.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone in the chat. We'll be back Saturday morning. Saturday morning for the Carabao Cup. James, if you're around, if you can, or Matt.
The draw, live draw.
Yeah, we're doing the live build up from 10:20 on Saturday morning.
Perfect.
If you want to come off.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Thanks everyone in the chat. And take care, everyone. Speak to you later.
Take care, man.
Bye.
Bye, guys.